this is where you wanna be, cause you know we gon' talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to vibe.
Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Thumbs up the video if you can hear me. Sorry. I am super duper late. I apologize. Had some things to take care of. Hope everybody's doing good. Thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. I'm still trying to fix this thumbnail. Gotta download this baby. Download. It's coming. Oh, wow. Somebody said Robert is already in here. Well, y'all already know I'm supposed to be breaking down the video. Well, not supposed to be, but I will be breaking down the video of when Robert and Briana was speaking with a real therapist on the Mrs. Bays. I think it's the Bays show. I don't think it's Mrs. Bays. I think it's the Bays show. Hold on 1 second, you guys. 1 second. Here we go. Just wanted to add a thumbnail right quick. All right, I'll fix the description later. Okay. Hey, y'all. Hey. Sorry again that I am late. This is Amore. I am your host. Do I need to kick anybody out? Because I'm getting text messages that I'm seeing a little action. It says, Lisa, you are nuts. Okay, who is Lisa? Let me see. Where you at, Lisa? Do you need to be on pause for 24 hours? Let me see, you guys. Hold on. I don't see Lisa speaking. I got to go back up a little bit. This ain't nothing but money grab. You need to stop. Okay, that ain't nothing to kick nobody out. They just voicing their opinion. He said, I need to stop. Yeah, I will one day. Okay, I will one day, all right? This is nothing but a money grab. All right, you guys, we're going to break this video down. Again, this is when Latruth and Briana both were, so what happened was, let me explain what happened before I actually start the video. So apparently, I don't know if Briana went on the show or I don't know who went on the show first. I'm going to assume it was Briana or they contacted Briana. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but they ended up on the Beige show, okay? It starts off with them interviewing Latruth, and then all of a sudden Briana pops in. Now, I don't know if they contacted Briana and then said, hey, we're going to invite Latruth, and then we're going to, allow people to hear what he has to say, and then we're going to bring you on. I'm not exactly sure how that went down, but let me just put my disclaimer on right quick because, I ain't trying to be sued for any copyright or infringement. So that is my disclaimer going across the bottom. This video is for fair use for the purpose of criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research, okay? I will just be doing analysis on basically what we hear, okay? We're going to first hear Latruth speak on, what he feels went wrong in the relationship, the marriage. And listen, I know the marriage is over, okay? There's a lot of relationships in, and they do documentaries on them years later, right? To find out, like, what happened, where did it go wrong, whatever the case may be. I'm just doing a breakdown analysis of things that we never spoke about before because we was too busy catfighting with other bloggers, okay? So now that I am no longer interested whatsoever in catfighting with any blogger, I am now doing what a real blogger does, and that is blog on what's out there instead of, like I say, trying to bring down another blogger because of their opinion, okay? All right, so we're going to get right into it. Please turn your volumes up. I'm already late, so this video is actually an hour and some change. Let me see, about an hour and 10 minutes or something like that. So let's get into it. I hope you guys have time, but we will be breaking this whole video down tonight. Okay. All right, let's start. Thank you guys for being patient with me.
Hi.
How you doing?
Meek, and Mr. Hampton. How are you guys?
Doing great.
Well, this was just a lot. It was a lot.
It's a lot to unpack, for sure.
It's a lot to unpack. It's a lot to remember. And 6 years is a long time of buildup. So first, let me back up and introduce myself. So my name is Amina Anthony. I am a certified life coach. I am currently finishing off my internship in clinical mental health, family marriage.
So right off the bat, it looks to me that they did contact him and asked him for an interview. I'm assuming that they asked him for an interview. I'm assuming they did the same for Briana, but they probably told Briana that they were going to allow him to speak first. I'm assuming that happened, okay? I'm assuming that happened. I'm not 100% correct on that, but I'm assuming because it sounds like he knew he was, I mean, he had to know he's there, right? So he had to know that he was going to be doing an interview, okay?
Relationship counseling as well as trauma and trauma counseling as well. And I heard so much. I heard a lot of trauma. I'm sorry, my ear pod went off in my ear. I hear a lot of trauma.
Let me stop for a minute and address this comment. So Raw Truth Uncut. Let me highlight her comment right quick. And I'm not going to be doing this throughout the video, but I found this to be one that I want to answer. So Raw Truth, which is a big Robert supporter. She says, hi, Amor. I don't have no problem with you at all. I really don't. I like when you speak on other stories. Why are you keep talking about RH every day? When will you stop and do other content? I'm just saying. Okay. Raw Truth, if you actually watch my content, you will realize that I do other content. And I'm sure you saw that over the last couple of days. However, when we first blogged about Latruth, we got sidetracked, okay? And I'm going to take full responsibility of that. I got sidetracked playing into the hands of other bloggers, going back and forth with other content creators. Therefore, I did not perform the duties of a blogger in the right fashion in breaking down and analyzing all the material that was out there in front of our face. That's why a lot of people didn't even understand that some of this stuff was going on because we were too busy fighting, catfighting, calling names, bashing, looking up people's address, putting people's houses out, and just doing the dirty stuff. So now I'm just twirling this around and I'm putting it out there in a more classier fashion because I've learned fighting with bloggers is tasteless and trashy, and I'd rather not get myself involved. Hence why now I'm backtracking and putting the information out there the correct way, okay? I'm breaking down what I'm hearing and seeing, and then I'm going to give my opinion on it, okay? Without the noise. See, before we had a whole lot of noise. You understand what I'm saying? You can't put things out properly when you down in the mud, running around, you know what I mean, graveling in the mud with other people, okay? So now that I have a bigger audience, we're way more calmer. You know, a lot of people have jumped off of their tricycle. Now we get to actually see the facts and the truth. And I'm sure the people that is his supporters, I'm sure you know, they have not stopped talking about him, or should I say her, since day one. Okay. So that is my answer now. And I don't have a problem with you either. And thank you so much for actually enjoying my content. All right, so let us break this down, you guys. Hold on one second. Let's start over just a little bit. Okay.
On both ends, Mr. Hampton, as far as losing your mother at such a young age, that is very traumatic. And I know with your wife, soon to be ex-wife, she also experienced trauma as well.
Yeah, actually she's actually experienced a lot of trauma.
Okay, so right off the bat here, I found this puzzling that when she talked about his trauma, she was like, hey, you know, I understand that you lost your mom at a young age. You know, that has to be very traumatizing. He didn't say a word, not one word. He just sat there. He listened to what she had to say. He didn't react whatsoever on her talking about his trauma. Notice when she mentions Briana trauma, he leans forward and he's ready to talk. Why? Because he rather talk about Briana's trauma, bringing it forth to the world to hear, right, than his own, okay? He want his trauma to be in the background or depressed or suppressed. He want her trauma to be on the forefront because he needs to try to use that and her as the reason things spiraled out of control. I'm going to back it up again so you can see his reactions when they talk about he sighed, didn't say a word, lean back, nothing. When they mention her trauma, what did he do? Well, let's just take a look.
Trauma. I'm sorry, my ear pod went off in my ear. I hear a lot of trauma on both ends, Mr. Hampton, as far as losing your mother at such a young age. That is very traumatic. And I know with your wife, soon to be ex-wife, she also experienced trauma as well.
Yeah, actually she's actually experienced a lot of trauma.
Tell me a little bit about her trauma that you know of.
Well, she's definitely
from childhood.
She's definitely went public with the trauma with her sister's boyfriend raped her when she was 8 years old.
Now let me make a correction here. I totally disagree with the therapist asking him about Briana's trauma. I don't think that it was I don't think that it's his story to tell. So right there, I fault the therapist for saying, tell me a little bit about her trauma. That's not for Robert to tell. She should have been asking Briana, tell me a little bit about your trauma. And she should have asked Robert, tell me a little about your trauma. Like right off the bat, I do not like to ask him to speak on Briana's trauma. Now here you go. But he about to spill the beans and talk about, Briana's experience. And I understand that Briana may have brought it forth before, but it's still her story to tell. You understand what I'm saying? So I definitely don't understand where that came from, okay? Let's continue.
Social media and stuff like that. And that's one of the main things. And then, whatever it was with her child's father.
So there's a level of empathy there for her because
let me go back a little bit because I know some of this is some of y'all first time ever seeing this video. So I want you to hear what he actually said about Briana. I do apologize for that.
Social media and stuff like that.
Let me go back because he actually talked about her.
I heard a lot of trauma. I'm sorry, my ear pod went off in my ear. I hear a lot of trauma on both ends, Mr. Hampton, as far as losing your mother at such a young age. That is very traumatic. And I know with your wife, soon to be ex-wife, she also experienced trauma as well.
Yeah, actually she's actually a lot of trauma.
Tell me a little bit about her trauma that you know of.
Well, she's definitely
from childhood.
She's definitely went public with the trauma with her sister's boyfriend raped her when she was 8 years old. She talked about that a whole lot throughout the social media and stuff like that. And that's one of the main things. And then, whatever it was with her child's father.
So there's a level of empathy there for her because you as well have experienced trauma at a young age. So I've heard you mention, and I've heard her mention the trauma bond, right? And the thing about a trauma bond is two people connecting through their trauma, and it looks and feels like love. It feels like bliss. It feels like, I think I heard you.
Open mind. I totally agree with you. She said, what husband says that on the internet about their wife? I totally agree. I was just sitting up here listening to are you kidding me right now? This man literally just came out with no remorse, no feeling bad or anything. I mean, I can't say how the man feels. I'm not in his body, but he literally was like, yeah, she talked about, he said it so like it's as if saying the ABCs. I don't know why he would say something like that on the internet. Like, oh my God, it was tacky, tasteless, and just wrong, Your
ex-wife or soon to be ex-wife say, it felt like I saw my mother, or I was like, Mom, did God send you in the body of this man? And so I heard you say that you hadn't even started to grieve or feel up until you married Briana and you guys started talking about that.
Yeah, about my mom. Yeah, I definitely never dealt with that. I remember being 5. I remember being 5 and not even crying at the funeral because I ain't even really know what was going on.
So at 5, do you feel like your emotions just shut down when you lost your mom? Or tell me a little bit about those emotions.
I felt like it was kind of like that until I had my daughter. You know, when I had my daughter, she taught me how to love. Like, that's the only reason why I was even able to get in the state to even ever be married. Like, I just taught me how to love. I just watched a lot of things with her, raising her and stuff, and was just like, it taught me how to treat women better because I didn't want nobody to mistreat my child. So it was just like, dang, I kind of can see what's going on now. So,
how old were you when you had your daughter?
25.
I swear to Jesus, Latruth lies so damn much. I do not know how old you was when you had your first child. Anyway, okay, let me take that back. He may have had her at 25. I heard he met Sierra when he was 22 or 23. So he may have had her because I think he did say he was with her for 2 or 3 years before they had a baby. So I digress. Okay. But I did hear 22 or 23 when he actually met her, and 2 or 3 years later they had a child. Okay, which proves that that not Jasharia, but Sierra was 16. Do the math. Okay.
Okay. So from the age of emotions were basically not priority. Let me say it that way. So
Pretty
20
much.
years. Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, and being raised how I was raised by my grandparents, we always had to hide our emotions as men. If we cried, that was a form of weakness, so never really.
Yep.
I can't even think of
time.
any. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I think you mentioned the time where grandmom and grandpa was fighting, and did you see grandpa show emotions in that moment?
Arguing, you'll see the emotions just from, she might have talked down to him or whatever, and he would be emotional in that sense, and he would yell things like that. But that's all I would see out of that.
So right there, he basically saying he saw his grandmother and grandfather argue, and that the grandmother would talk to grandfather, and they would be arguing. So right there, that may be the reason why he looked at women as arguing and talking down to people, because y'all remember he always said Briana was slick at the mouth and she would say this to me and she would say that to me. He already fell away, toward his grandmother. Let's just say he just admitted that his grandmama talked down to his grandfather. So he was at 5 years old, raised seeing. I've never heard my grandmother talk down to my grandfather. Never, ever. Well, he wasn't even around that long, but I never heard my grandmother talk down to my grandfather. So this is something that he actually saw out of, his own eyes. Okay. He remembers that at this age.
Yeah. And that was your example of how to show up in marriage, show up in relationships, is suppress the emotions, or whatever happens, you go back and you piece it up and you keep it moving.
Yeah,
Is that true?
I was kind of young to really know what was going on, but I definitely could see two people arguing.
Yeah. Okay.
Never really see them loving on each other and stuff like that. But
he said he never seen his grandparents love on each other. Wow. Okay.
Just tell me a little bit.
And that's not uncommon in a lot of Black houses. A lot of Black grandfathers didn't show love, didn't show affection. And I was determined. But my mom and dad, I have to admit that they used to slow dance in the kitchen and stuff like that or whatever, offered old Temptations and OJs and stuff like that. So I think that's why I picked up the love and affection love language, because I'm very touchy-feely. I love to slow dance with Jay in the kitchen and stuff like that. And that's what I learned that as a child. And therefore, that's why I do it. So I guess what you learn as a child, some people get rid of it and some people carry it on. So he's saying he didn't see his grandmother and grandfather love on each other, but he did hear them arguing a lot. Okay, his words.
Bit about the level of empathy that you had for your wife once you guys connected in this trauma bond.
I mean, I had a lot. You know, I would sit there and talk, you know, for hours to try to help her through it. And it was more of like understanding. She didn't understand. She didn't really understand me. So, you know, I found this out later on that some of the things that I said was triggers to her, like things like, you don't comprehend what I'm saying. I didn't even know that was a trigger for her.
Because see, what he's saying is he didn't know talking down to a woman was bad. You know, he probably did it so much that he thought saying, you don't comprehend, you don't understand what I'm saying. You know, he didn't know that was talking down to a woman. He thought that was just casual talk. You understand what I'm saying? You don't comprehend, you don't understand, you dumb, you slow, and stuff like that. I guess he didn't know that that was considered, you know, degrading to a woman because he was probably used to hearing it already. Or, you know, he had just came out of the relationship with Sierra, and that's something that Sierra may have accepted. You know what I mean? And him saying, you don't comprehend, you don't understand what I'm saying, you know, or you dumb, you know, whatever the case may be. He didn't think anything was wrong with that at all. He thought it was perfectly.
Until about maybe 3 or 4 months ago, right when this incident, she kind of brought that up. Like, well, when you said things like, do I not comprehend? Those things were triggers for me. And I was like, wow, I didn't know that. I mean, me saying you don't.
She actually said more than that. If you heard her on the steps, she said, you know, you say, you don't comprehend, you dumb, you stupid, you don't know what you're talking about, 3 degrees and you still don't know what you're talking about. You know, it was more than just you don't comprehend. Like, damn, 3 degrees and you still a dummy? 3 degrees and you don't have no idea what you're talking about? You know, degrading type stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Stuff, the shit that, you know, women don't like to hear. Men calling them stupid and dumb, you know? You would think that a grown person know not to say that to another grown person. But like Briana said, when she got into the relationship, she realized quickly that she really wasn't in a adult-like relationship. She was in a child-father relationship. He treated her like a child. You know what I mean? I mean, they were 11 years apart, but he tried to treat her like his child versus treating her like his wife.
Comprehend me. I'm just saying, it seems like you don't understand what I'm saying to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So would you say that in this time in your marriage, you were able to, in these moments where Briana was triggered, in these moments where maybe she had memories of maybe being molested or memories of, I think I heard abuse from her baby father, would you say you were able to step into her shoes and actually see, I know you're a man, I know she's a woman, I get it, but were you able to feel the level of empathy to where there was an understanding of why she would react the way she would react?
I mean, I definitely
was it
always
hard
try.
for you at that? Was it hard for you at that moment to go there?
Kind of, because I can't relate. I've never related to it, like somebody even saying that they was even being abused by someone.
Yeah.
But you know, I still tried my best to cater to it and say, hey, everything gonna be all right. You know, even with the whole rape situation, like it was a time when she actually pulled me into that. It was kind of like.
Listen to what he has to say on this one. This was really nerve-wracking to hear a man 11 years older than a woman say something like this. Just a man, period, your husband, your protector. Listen to this.
You know, when you're sleeping with your spouse, you know, in the middle of the
Mm-hmm.
night, you get a little frisky or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I got frisky.
You are definitely from the South, Dan.
Yeah, I got a little frisky in the middle of the night, and she
Mm-hmm.
brought up the rape, and it was just like, she was like, yeah, I don't like that because it made me think of this, and I'm just like, oh man, I said, yo, I can't believe you would think that about me. I'm your husband. So that's just.
Notice that it's always about him. It's his feelings, always never her feelings, right? She says, oh, maybe don't touch me like this or don't grab me like this. It makes me think of the R thing that happened to me. And he says, dang, I can't believe that you would think of me like that. Not, I'm so sorry, babe. You know, I didn't mean to do that to you. I know next time not to grab you like that or turn you like that or flip you like that or touch you like that. Baby, I'm so sorry. You know, thanks for letting me know. Just remind me and I'll make sure that I come at you a different angle next time. But what did he do? Immediately, he turned it around on himself, okay? Forget what she's feeling. Forget how she feels, how she thinks, how she thought. Now it is solely about him. Dang, I can't believe you would think of me like that. I can't believe you think that I would do something bad to you. I can't believe that you think me. It's all about what he feels, what he thinks. Damn, how she felt at the moment, okay? It's all about him, okay? Let's go.
Trauma bond.
I mean, I had a lot. You know, I would sit there and talk, you know, for hours to help her through it. And
oh, shoot. Did I go back?
In these moments where Briana was triggered, in these moments where maybe she had memories of maybe being molested or memories of, I think I heard abuse from her baby father. Would you say you were
Back too far.
See, I get it, but were you able to feel the level of empathy to where there was an understanding of why she would react the way she would react?
I mean, I definitely
was it
always
hard
try.
for you at that? Was it hard for you at that moment to go there?
Kind of, because I can't relate. I've never related to it, like somebody even saying that they was even being abused by someone.
Yeah.
But you know, I still tried my best to cater to it and say, hey, everything gonna be all right. You know, even with the whole rape situation, like it was a time when she actually pulled me into that. It was kind of like, you know, when you're sleeping with your spouse, you know, in the middle of the night, you get a little frisky.
He said it was a time she pulled her as if, like, in my opinion, he feel like he should have been kept out of it or something. I don't know. It was a time she pulled me into that. She you know, she made me think about it with her or something. You know what I mean? Like, she pulled me into that. Oh my God. Lack of emotions.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I got frisky.
You are definitely from the South, Dan.
Yeah. I got a little frisky in the middle of the night, and she brought up the rape, and it was just like, she was like, yeah, I don't like that because it made me think of this, and I'm just like, oh man. I said, yo, I can't believe you would think that about me. I'm your husband. So that's just, you know, and I fell back. You know, we had a conversation about it the next day. I just kind of told her how it made me feel, but I was just like, that's crazy that you would think that about me as your husband. I mean,
that joker said we had a conversation about it the next day, and I told her how it made me feel. Did y'all hear this? Listen, did y'all hear this? We had a conversation about it the next day, and I told her how it made me feel. Like, disgusting. Like, never, not one time. Oh, I talked to her, and I held her, and I was able to understand her better. This joker said we had a conversation about it the next day, and I told her how it made me feel. I told her, I can't believe you would think of me like that. We had a conversation about it the next day. Let's go back. I'm trying not to go back too far like I did the last time. Okay, Amora, learn how to not go back too far. Here we go. Let's see if this is it.
Frisky in the middle of the night, and she brought up the rape, and it was just like, she was like, yeah, I don't like that because it made me think of this, and I'm just like, oh man. I said, yo, I can't believe you would think that about me. I'm your husband. So that's just, you know, and I fell back. You know, we had a conversation about it the next day. I just kind of told her how it made me feel, but wow. I was like, that's crazy that you would think that about me as your husband. I mean, I understand what happened, so but I ain't let it really bother me too much about it, but I just felt like a lot of that stuff was, you know, I tried my best. That's all I can say. I really tried my best to cater for those emotions.
Oh my God. The therapist, she dropped out. She'll be back. But I mean, to me, it was definitely kind of cold because I really believe that Latruth thought the whole marriage was or should have been about him, about how he feel. You know, when Briana used to come out and say he wanted her to cater to his emotions like she catered to her kids' emotions, I believe that. right? He wanted Briana, he wanted it to be about him, how he feel. He wanted her to help him, build him, you know, cater to him, attaboy him. And he wasn't there to do that for her. You understand what I'm saying? He could give 2 snaps and a rat's ass about how she felt, okay? Anything that she went through, it didn't matter. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. He actually said it out of his mouth. Oh, I told her she'll be all right. You'll be all right, right? But she was supposed to hold him when he says, I didn't have a mother. I didn't have a mother when I was 5 years old. You're not the only one hurting. I'm hurting too. Y'all understand? Y'all heard that one before, right? I didn't have a mother. She told on himself. You ain't the only one hurting. What about me? What about me? I didn't have a mother, right? It was Robert thought that in the marriage that it was all about how he felt. And I would think any woman would get drained over having to put her husband thoughts, feelings, emotions before hers every single time. Who wants to do that?
Oh, did we lose her?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, we just lost her.
Peter died or something.
You had your mother and your father, my brother?
Yeah, I did. They were
Okay, sorry. I don't know what happened.
Because I kind of want to know how you would have responded in something like that.
Okay, listen up. So I think that at this moment he did feel something. I think he feels like they didn't really receive his answer the way he wanted them to receive it. So here he go, hey, brother, did you have your mother in your life? You know, because I kind of want to know how you would have responded to, because he picked something up, right? He sensed that couple didn't like what he just said, right? Because that's something else a narcissist would do. They will try to read the room. They want you to agree with them. You understand what I'm saying? So when he saw that the brother and his wife didn't respond or react in the way he would have wanted them to, now he's like, hey, you know, now I want to know how this brother would have handled it. So now the brother is going to sound like a brother that's not a narcissist and very intact with his emotions and feelings. And he's going to respond how all of us think that he should have responded, right? And then Robert going to say, oh, yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did. Okay, take a listen.
And which was, what?
And thank you so much, Expose the Truth. She said he wanted to know how the man felt so that he can mirror him. It's so true. Thank you for pointing that out, because a narcissist likes, listen, they have no originality. We already said that. And they like to mirror someone else. Okay. That's why you would see a narcissist will start a project he sees somebody else do, and then start another project he sees somebody else do, and then start another project he sees somebody else do. They really don't have no originality, so they try to mirror or copy other people. Okay. All right, let's take a listen.
Her saying that?
Yeah, something like that would have happened with a woman you was with. How would you respond to that? Now, being that you had your mother and your father, you know, kind of had that love from both. How would you respond?
Are you asking?
And let me just say this, having a mama and a daddy in growing up don't make you more of a good person, a better adult, than not having both parents in your life, right? So for instance, if you only was raised by your daddy, that does not mean you're going to grow up as a screwed up adult or adult with mental issues, and vice versa if you was just raised with your mama. But the question he asked, given the fact that you was raised with your mama and your daddy, how would you have answered? Like, to me, it sounds like he's trying to use that as an excuse. The fact that he didn't have his mom or his dad, because his dad was literally right down the street, right? But his dad really wasn't in his life. Let's just be honest. You know, I don't care how much they try to love on now. They've already all said out their own mouth that their daddy wasn't there, right? He was in arm's reach, but he really didn't come down here. I mean, go down there to visit them that much, okay? Every blue moon, they said out their own mouth, daddy would show up, even though he knew they was right down the street, around the corner, whatever the case may be, okay? All right, so let's go back a little bit.
With a woman you was with, how would you respond to that? Now, being that you had your mother and your father, you know, kind of had that love from both. How would you respond?
Are you asking that to me? Because I think I lost you guys. So are you asking that to me?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm asking that to me. I just would wonder.
And you're talking about
somebody
her
who had their mother and their father. Go ahead.
when she expressed her that she was raped and stuff like that in the bedroom. You're talking about?
Yeah, when you was about to make a move on your woman and she said that to you, what would have been your response?
I would have been angry for her. You know what I mean? And I would have definitely been just compassionate with her because like that action is like the most vile thing to me. It's just so disgusting. And it sucks that a lot of women have to go through, you know, abuse like that and be taken advantage. You know what I mean? So, you know, sex would be the last thing at that moment to think about, especially if it's the first time hearing about it. It probably would like break me, you know, just because at the moment, just because it's like, damn, like it sucks that happened to you and that you fell victim to, you know, this situation that's very common in our culture. You know what I mean? And that's just me. I think if I was a father at the time, it would hurt me even more because I'm like, I'd be thinking about my girls and like how, you know, they could be doing nothing wrong at all. And a situation like that could happen to them, you know? So it's just a very scary situation that I wouldn't wish on anybody. You know what I mean?
It is too. And it's like, cause she actually had brought it up, you know, several times before that, but just not in a sexual type moment. And she's brought it up so much to me that I've actually was angry. Like I wanted to go find dude. Like dude's still out there.
Right.
I've even, you know, in those conversations with her, I would say stuff like, "Look, man, I could tell that this is something that really hurts you." And it's like, because she's made several posts over the years on social media and brought the world into it as well. And even had arguments with her sister publicly on platforms because she's still the sister is still with this guy. You know. They got kids together and all, so it's like it's just been.
He just spilling all her little business, huh? Poor little tink tink. Aw.
One of those things where I wanted to protect her so much with it. I actually even asked her, "Do you think it would help if I was to go see dude?" And you know, which I'm glad I didn't take that approach. Because
Robert wouldn't have went to go see no dude. You hear this bull crap? Why not? Let's go to counseling together and work it out. So we can move forward to be better, you know, in a better relationship or something. Like, do you think it'll help that I go beat him up from what happened to you at 8 years old? Like, that ain't even an adult answer. That ain't the type of protection I want or need. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to go beat up my abuser. No, how about have compassion for me and help me move forward from it? You understand? Love on me to where that will become a blast of my past. You understand what I'm saying? He doesn't know how to do that. Do you think it'll help that I go beat him up, go give him a black eye or something? You know, even though you can tell he's trying to veer away from the answer that the guy said, because the guy was what? Oh, I would show compassion toward her. Sex would be the last thing on my mind. You understand what I'm saying? I would be there for her needs. I would feel sad for her. I would be angry for her. You understand what I'm saying? Now he's talking about, I asked her before, do you want me to go beat him up? Would that help? Would that make you feel better? Like, really? He 11 years older. Make that make sense.
Because I probably wouldn't be free. But it's one of those things that it hurt me bad enough to, you know, explain that to him. That do you need me to do that? So that's kind of similar. That was my approach too. I was definitely.
That joker said it's kind of similar. That ain't no kind of similar. Robert said what he told her, you know, do you want me to go beat this guy up or whatever the case may be? And it don't sound like he said that while they was in bed. He must have said that another time that she brought it up, because he actually said she brought it up to me before. And I've said this, that, and the third. Now he's like, oh, it's kind of similar. You know, that was the same approach. No, it was not the same approach, Robert. You literally thought about yourself in that moment. In that moment, Robert thought about himself. But now, because he feels bad, because the man was like, oh, I would show compassion to her. I would feel bad for her. I would be angry for her. You know what I mean? Robert don't know what showing compassion means. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, my God. Oh, I think I went back too far. He's like, yeah, it was the same. It was the same. I would have done the same.
The growth. I want to talk about your.
Let's go back a little bit.
And
dang, this thing I don't have it down pat.
This is a very scary situation that
you can raise them.
The growth. I want to talk about your growth. Now, I am not a social media person. My kids are.
I want to go back just a little bit further, you guys. I'm sorry. I want y'all to hear that one more time.
Help if I was to go see dude, and which I'm glad I didn't take that approach because I probably wouldn't be free. But it's one of those things that it hurt me bad enough to explain that to him. That do you need me to do that? So that's kind of similar. That was my approach too. I was definitely upset with what she went through in that situation.
Understandably so. So I heard the growth. I want to talk about your growth. Now, I am not a social media person. My kids are like, Ma, do you know this? And I just don't. But as I've been watching, I've heard numbers, millions of followers. I think I may have heard 6 million at one point, 8 million at one point. That's a lot of eyes on you. Right. And to go from the little country boy from North Carolina, who caregivers were struggling. I heard rain coming out the ceiling. I heard, kids are mean, being picked on at a young age. And then you are an overnight sensation. Like you blow up, you did the work, you blew up. How did that change you? How did you start to see yourself in that light?
I don't know, because I always seen myself becoming all of that. Like I had plans from a kid all the way up to accomplish all of these things, and I've actually surpassed my vision of what I thought I would be. Growing up like that. And I said my daughter, she changed a lot about me. Once I had my daughter, it changed a lot. And I've always been a go-getter, since I've been on my own since I was 16 years old. I had my own apartment in high school. I've always just did the right thing. It's naturally, that's why I say this sometimes, man, you can raise your kids the best way you can raise them. But some kids, it's just naturally in them to be good. I went to school every day. Nobody waking me up to get up in the morning. I set my alarm, go to school, did my homework, made A's and B's. Played on the basketball team, did my thing. I had perfect attendance without somebody telling me to go to school. I was actually raising my sister at the time. My brother lived with me as well in our apartment. And I just took on that responsibility at an early age. From 16 all the way up, I've been on my own. I had my own cars, my own place. I always paid my bills. I always been a go-getter to go get it. So,
and see, I'm going to tell you this. I commend him, right, for staying a sane individual. He may have mental issues, but things could have been worse, right? So I commend him for going out there, getting his own apartment and having to take care of his siblings. It sounds like an adult failed him, right? Whether it was his grandparents or his father, okay? Because he still got his father today. And for him to have to live on his own at 16, we know him and his brother's 2 years apart, either 2 or 1. But anyway, he's 16, the brother 14, the sister 12. That's too much responsibility for a 16-year-old. Was the sister 12 or 8 or 10? I can't remember, you guys. It's been a minute. But I know that she was too young to be living outside of adult supervision. Even though he's 16, that's not adult supervision. Can you guys drop the ages down there in the chat for me? How old? So the daughter was, okay, so she was 12. Kevin was 14 and he was 16. Is it 2 and 2? Exactly. Where was CPS? Where was these grandparents? Did they pass away? I do remember him saying that the grandmother passed away when he graduated from high school. So maybe they did pass away. But if they passed away, where was grandfather? Where's the aunties? What are cousins? What are uncles? Where are the adults? Huh? Where are the adults? In my opinion, 16 is too young to be taking on a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old. It's actually kind of sad. But that too tells you a lot, okay? But let's go back just a little bit.
Surpassed my vision of what I thought I would be, growing up like that. And I said my daughter, she changed a lot about me, just it changed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been a go-getter, since I've been on my own since I was 16 years old. I had my own apartment in high school. I've always just did the right thing. It's naturally, that's why I say this sometimes, man, you can raise your kids the best way you can raise them. But some kids, it's just naturally in them to be good. I went to school every day. Nobody waking me up to get up in the morning. I set my alarm, go to school, did my homework, made A's and B's, played on the basketball team, did my thing. I had perfect attendance without somebody telling me to go to school. I was actually raising my sister at the time. My brother lived with me as well in our apartment. And I just took on that responsibility at an early age. From 16 all the way up, I've been on my own. I had my own cars, my own place. I always paid my bills. I always been a go-getter to go get it. So, like, I grew up, once I was able to do for myself, I've always had it. I ain't miss a beat. And I just always done the right thing. It's just in me to be that way.
Are you the only one in your family that has reached this level of success?
That at that height, most definitely. I do have a brother that has, my brother has about 800,000 followers. My sister just recently got on.
So this tells me, Ruthanna, I saw your answer. I see what she said. Ruthanna said a lot of kids have been on their own back in the day. A lot of people in our community was on drugs, and she said she's been on her own since 14. My heart goes out to you guys because I could not have imagined living on my own at that young of an age. I was with my parents my adopted parents anyway, until I was 18 years old. And I got married from my house at 18 from my mom and dad. I went to a husband. So I can't really say that I lived on my own until I was 22 years old, But anyway, he just said he just measured success with followers. Did you hear that? She said, "Are you the first one that reached that height of success?" And he says, "Yeah, that height, but my brother has about 800 and something followers." So followers, the number of followers, it screams success for him. Okay. The fact that he got 1 million followers now, or 8.9 million then, or whatever the case may be, that's how high or large he sees himself. No matter how much money he brings in, no matter what he do to get them, right? That screams success. And right there in itself, to me, is already a major problem, because that doesn't mean success. People that follow you don't mean that you're successful. They follow you for whatever content you're putting out at the time, whether they like you or they want to drag you or what. I got people following me that don't like me, okay? So people that follow you don't scream success, but it does to him, okay?
Oh, okay. So this social media in your family is a thing. Like, it's a thing. Like, as far as success, that is how your brother and yourself has reached this level of success, is through social media.
Social media definitely raised the bar. Like, but before social media, I have over 300 songs. I've recorded over 11 music mixtapes. I used to get out there and sell my mixtapes out the trunk of my.
The fact that he says that has over 300 songs and 11 albums, I could see why he feel insecure or don't have that much confidence. Out of 300 songs and 11 albums, none of them got him, played on the radio, number one. Like, none of his music took off. His music career, he wrote 300 songs and 11 albums, and they are still where they are when he wrote them, okay? They didn't do nothing for him, and that's a lot of songs. And it didn't take him nowhere. It didn't put money in his pocket. If it did, it not a whole lot. You understand what I'm saying? 300 songs seems like a lot to me. A lot. 300 songs, that's a lot, you guys, a lot. And it did nothing for him. So I can see why his confidence and his self, what's the word I'm using it? Self-confidence. Let's just say that. I can see why it's so low, because it didn't take him nowhere. You know what I mean?
Car, make a good living with that. I've sold so many different albums of my own that I printed up So like I said, the hustler mentality was always in me. So when social media started popping, it's easy for me to do all of this stuff on social media because I always knew how to network. Like I've always got out here and hustled and handled business. Social media just made it a little easier.
Yeah, that's a skill. It's a skill set that many of us don't.
It's really sad that nobody never found him. You know, he had all these followers on social media. You know, he says 8.9, and out of 8.9 million followers, no one found him. No one. You know, that has to be very, very sad to have written 300 songs, 8.9 million followers, and nobody found him.
Don't have. Okay, here comes the hard question.
Okay.
You ready?
Right.
Okay. So I am in the process of doing research and I'm writing a book. And the title of my book is going to be The Hood is Narcissistic. The Hood is Narcissistic. In order to survive.
Look at Robert's face when he saw Briana opening that. Look at Robert's face. Robert was like, what the hell is this? So this tells me that Robert did not know that Briana was coming on. Look at Robert's face. He like, what the hell? Robert stopped in his tracks, y'all. Robert like, what the hell is this? It was at this moment, he was like, what the hell? Okay. He was like, what did I just get myself into? I got to play that again because y'all got to see Robert's face. When she said she's writing something called The Hood is Narcissistic or whatever, right? Here we go.
Is through social media.
Social media.
Look at Robert's face, you guys.
Definitely raised the bar. Like, but before social media, I have over 300 songs. I've recorded over 11 music mixtapes.
Oh, shit, I went back too far, y'all. I'm sorry.
With that, I've sold so many different albums of my own that I printed up. So like I said, the hustler mentality was always in me. So when social media started popping, it's easy for me to do all of this stuff on social media because I always knew how to network. Like I've always got out here and hustled business. Social media just made it a little easier.
Yeah, that's a skill. It's a skill set that many of us don't have. Okay, here comes the hard question.
Okay.
You ready?
Right.
Okay. So
watch Robert's face, you guys.
I am in the process of doing research and I'm writing a book. And the title of my book is going to be The Hood is Narcissistic. The Hood is Narcissistic. In order to survive in the hood or, in a certain environment, you have to learn how to hustle. And I have hustlers in my family. And within that environment, learning how to survive, we do pick up toxic traits, right? Just learning how to maneuver through, whether it's, the neighborhood, whether it's this, and I don't know about the music industry, but I've heard things.
Robert don't know about the music industry either, girl.
And I know a lot of people are calling you the N-word. I know they are. I've seen it. I've heard it.
Oh, yeah, I know it's not true, but I've definitely seen it, and I know where it came from.
Tell me where it came. Tell me where it came from. Tell me how you feel.
N-word as in like nigga?
Oh.
Because listen. The wife thinking what I was thinking, the N-word. She said the N-word like nigga. She's like, on the N-word like nigga.
Wait,
N-word
what's
as in narcissist.
Narcissist.
We're talking about
narcissist? Oh,
Listen.
that N-word.
She said no. Oh, that N-word.
And some people out there that's probably saying that nigga is a narcissist.
Yeah, they definitely saying narcissist, and it didn't come from me. I've been popular on social media for many years. The narcissist word came out after the incident happened. Briana actually did a video dancing to a TikTok that went super viral. And this is before the incident happened. And she,
you notice how he says Briana went super viral. Briana has been super viral a lot, but Robert has never. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Robert went viral opening the door for Briana when she dropped Momo off. That did 4 million. But Robert has never went viral. Robert, oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. He did say 20 million was the one where he called up on the phone, the one that I showed y'all about maybe a week ago or so. That did 20 million. But he's never went viral on his own. No matter how much dancing and jumping out of the bushes he does, he never went viral. Anyway.
She said, surviving a narcissist. And she was dancing. So they automatically, anything that she posts, they think is talking about me.
She was talking about you, Robert. Why would Briana dance to surviving a narcissist? It goes viral, and he didn't know it was about him. She said surviving a narcissist. She was talking about you, Robert. She was talking about you, bro. He didn't know. Somebody tell him, y'all. Somebody please tell him.
For many years, the narcissist word came out after the incident happened. Briana actually did a video dancing to a TikTok that went super viral. And this is before the incident happened. And she said, surviving a narcissist.
Robert, she was calling you a narcissist then. This is too funny to me.
And she was dancing. So they automatically, anything that she posts, they think is talking about me. If I make a post, they think I'm talking about her, even if I'm not. So
now that the elephant is, now that the elephant is in the room, let's get it out. Briana is on the line. She can hear you. Briana's on the line. We had Briana come in along with Amina, the therapist, because obviously this is a family dynamic and we want to handle this as such. So I'm going to introduce Briana chat that we have going on with Latruth here. Amina, this is Briana. And Amina is really taking control of this aspect of the situation. Briana, we've already interviewed you. We've interviewed Latruth. So now Amina is doing her professional work in y'all's relationship right now. So go ahead, Amina. And before, I'm sorry, Amina, Briana, is there anything that you want to say before Amina gets back into the groove?
But can I? Because I want to do a check-in with Briana because I see you shaking.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Something going on in your body, and so I want to do a check-in.
I've been watching this interview with him.
So I must have missed something. Okay, let me just keep playing it because is this Robert's only part? Or did Robert do another part? Because let's continue right quick.
And a lot of things that he has said has been nothing but lies, and it's a trigger for me because we have had personal conversations where this man has admitted to certain things to me, and I understand you not wanting.
So it must be another part because what did Robert? Unless somebody cut this out because she said no, you missed the beginning. Oh, I missed the beginning. Oh, she said another part will come. Okay. Let me continue it then. She said another part will come. Okay. Because she said you missed the beginning. Because I thought Robert said some other stuff about her because her coming in. Hold on, y'all. Let me just see something. Let me cheat for a second. Hold on.
Be back on just non-toxic terms.
The caregiver could be a narcissist.
Interview. New Year's, she was just trying to get me to come over for that reason. Understand?
I mean, y'all are familiar with each other, you know.
Yeah, of course. And I get it. We still, it's like the divorce. I want to see her be successful.
Okay, so did I do one? He did this. This is not the entire interview, but I got it off of her page, off the Bay's page. So hold on, you guys. I'm sorry because when she just came in and said he's saying nothing but lies. Hold on one second. Let me go back to the Bay's page. When she said he said nothing but lies, what was the lies that he said? Let me go back. Hold on. He said nothing but lies. Let's go back to the Bays page right quick. Because it said Latruth and Briana seek closure. Okay, is there another one that's just him? Let me see. All right, hold on. Somebody's saying yes, there is another one of him. Okay, let's just see. I see Latruth's side of the story. Oh, right here, Latruth's side of the story. Okay. All right, you guys, hold on. Let's see how long. Let me see. 1 second. 1 second. Hold on. But I this was from the beginning.
What's good?
Oh, so it was Latruth's side before the therapist came. Oh, shoot. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna come back to this one, you guys. Let me do this right quick. Hold on. All right, let's get before the therapist came on. They spoke to Robert.
I'm gonna do it real quick. I don't know. I think he was saying, all right, I'm gonna let you how you always start bad.
Okay, my bad, y'all.
This your boy Geek Bay in the house.
Look how he doing it. You go, Charmaine Bay.
You're acting like she don't do this radio thing.
Yeah, well, I was a little distracted by what Nick was doing on the screen, so I just wasn't ready for the countdown.
It's my fault. Look, we got a special guest, guys. I know you've seen our last interview. It's going viral.
And who was it with? It was with Briana Hampton, who is formerly Mrs. Latruth.
Okay, hold on.
Well, there's no divorce yet officially, so
right. Y'all still married.
Y'all still married. Yeah. We got the husband in the house.
The man, the myth, the legend.
The man who started the Truth brand. And you know, a lot of people that watched the interview, it was kind of split. The other half was saying, you know, you gotta bring the brother.
Okay.
It was split.
Okay, I'm understanding a little bit more now. Okay. All right. So Briana did it first, and then Latruth did it. Okay, so Latruth knew Briana already did it. Okay. So Briana did it, and then Latruth did it. Okay, now let's see what he has to say.
It was split. Yeah, it was split. Yeah, it was split three-way. What was the three-way?
One was that they wanted to hear your side. Another was that they it was split maybe 4 ways. Let's go there.
Okay. If it was 3, I was gonna let you.
Okay. It was split 5 ways. So one, no, I'm gonna do all 5. One, they wanted to hear your side. 2, they believed Briana. 3, they did not believe Briana. 4, they did not believe you or want to hear your side. That's the 5th one. They didn't want to hear any more about the couple overall. You. Like, seemed like a lot of people in our comments was over this whole situation, but we felt like it was important to interview.
Hold on, I just downloaded the video so I can get rid of the ads. I'm cheating a little bit. Okay. That way I can
usually, but he don't pick up after himself. He'll open a pop. I don't think that's for everybody, but I you know, that might be for you, and that's definitely him, and that's definitely us.
That's most.
So I get it.
It's most. It's most.
I know a lot of logical women. We just get our period once a month. I mean,
that's true. We don't get that. I don't know how that feels.
Hold on, let me see.
So have you guys ever had like a fight, argument? Of course, everybody has.
Of course.
Yeah.
Duh.
See, our arguments are very.
All right, so I'm putting it up. I'm doing it a
What's
different
good?
way. Yo. All right, hold on, y'all. Y'all like, God dang it, more. Okay, let's see.
You know, as a mother is gonna.
media. He's also an artist. And obviously people can look up things about you.
That's 7 minutes. Let's go to 8 minutes.
But I was raised by my grandparents, and that's the one thing I was always taught, to never put my hands on a woman and stuff like that. Be respectful, you know, and that's how I've carried myself my whole life. I've always been respectful.
Did you? I heard you say you didn't see much love from them. Did you at least see love between themselves, like as far as
each other?
Nah, I didn't. Nah, actually, I didn't.
Really?
I can't.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, okay. All right. He's telling us a little bit more about his childhood. Okay.
Recall him kissing or nothing like that.
We may have to do a part 2 on this, you guys. I'm sorry. We may have to do a part 2 on this one.
And where was your dad? Go ahead.
It was kind of one of the weirdest relationships that came to that. You know what I'm saying? They both would cook, things like that, but I never really seen them kiss on each other or nothing like that.
Oh, wow.
And where was your dad during your growing up? Was he in your life at all?
Yeah, he definitely came around. You know, I was raised by his mother, so he definitely came to the house. You know, yeah, his mom. So he came to see
his grandparents. Was his parents.
She said he came to see his mom. Did you hear? I'm not laughing, y'all. He said we was raised by his mom, so he would come in. He came to see his mom. Listen, I ain't make that up. Listen to what he said.
But I was raised by my grandparents, and that's the one thing I was always taught, to never put my hands on a woman and stuff like that. Be respectful, you know, and that's how I've carried myself my whole life. I've always been respectful.
Did you? I heard you say you didn't see much love from them. Did you at least see love between themselves, like as far as
each other?
Nah, I didn't. Nah, actually, I didn't. Really? I can't recall them kissing or nothing like that.
Damn.
And where was your dad? Go ahead.
It was kind of one of the weirdest relationships I seen when it came to that. You know what I'm saying? They both would cook, things like that, but I never really seen them kiss on each other or nothing like that.
Damn.
And where was your dad during your growing up? Was he in your life at all?
Yeah, he definitely came around. You know, I was raised by his mother, so he definitely came to the house. You know, yeah, his mom. So he came to see
his grandparents. Was his parents.
Yeah, my grandmother was his mom.
Got it. Okay. So small town, not much going on around the city. So I'm sure growing up was very slow. It was real slow in this.
I'm gonna say this. I probably shouldn't, but I'm actually surprised that unless his grandmother on his mama's side was already deceased, normally if your mother passed away, the mother of that mother normally gets the kids. Okay. And I'm only saying that, but she could have been deceased. Okay. Because my grandmother didn't get us, right? My grandmother on my mother's side didn't get us, right? But my dad brother, my uncle is the one that ended up adopting us. My uncle did. Okay. Anyway, then let me not talk about my life. Let's go on.
Small town, you know. I've always been into making music and doing things like that. I started making music in maybe like the 7th or 8th grade. I was already putting out tapes.
But I wonder where the mother was.
And all of that stuff. So I bought my first camera.
Like cassette tapes.
Cassette tapes. Yeah.
We telling on ourselves on how old we are, y'all.
Yes, most definitely. Yeah. I remember taking a Just For Me tape and recording music over it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So when you're, obviously, rest in peace to your moms, and I could imagine how tough that could have been at 5 years old. Like, walk us through just that experience and what did your mom mean to you? Because I know, like, I look at my daughter now; she's 2 going on 3, and the love that she has for me and her is just so big, and she really loves us. When we leave, she crying. You know what I mean? So, like, at 5, that's almost double the age. What do you recollect from just growing up with her, and what did she mean to you?
I honestly don't remember much. Like I said, at 5 years old, she passed away. I remember being at the funeral and, you know, seeing her in the casket. That's the last vision that I got to see. I don't even have like photos of me and my mother or none of that type stuff. So it was just, I never.
You know, to hear him say this is actually shocking because for him to not remember his mom, but yet he be like almost in tears crying on, you know, Mother's Day and stuff like that with the mama, I miss you, mama, whatever. But anyway, if he don't remember his mom, how does he miss his mother? You know, because I don't miss my mom. I don't remember my mom and I don't miss my mom. Like there was no bond there, you know, no relationship, no bond, no remembrance whatsoever. So it's almost like an out of sight, out of mind. So I don't cry and long for my mom because I didn't know her. You're longing for a stranger. You understand what I'm saying? So that kind of it kind of throws me a bit that him or his sister says they miss their mom when they didn't know their mom. Maybe they're saying they miss a mother figure, right? Missing a mother figure is quite different than missing their mom because they didn't know their mom. How do you miss someone that you didn't have a relationship or a bond with because you were too young to remember?
Really got to know who she was. You know, I just had to hear stories from other people saying she was a nice mother, she would do anything for her kids, and you know, things like that. But I never got to know
How did she die?
Stomach cancer, the same cancer that I had to fight.
Wow. Wow.
Where was the mama sister, the mama brother, the mama cousins? Where's the rest of his family?
Was there any other family members besides like your grandparents that was around, like coming up?
Aunts, you know, my aunts and stuff was always around. I always had a lot of cousins and stuff around me. My grandmother, she raised me, my brother, and my sister, but also a lot of my cousins was in there too as well. So there was a lot of kids around all the time.
So you have siblings? You got like brothers and sisters?
Yeah. I have 3 brothers and had 3 sisters. I lost my sister about 4 years ago to the same stomach cancer that I had to fight as well. So
goodness. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get to that just because, you know, cancer has taken a few of our family members as well.
Yeah, I lost my dad he had stomach cancer, but it started in his like where his esophagus and his stomach meets. Right. So you really could go either way with it. Stomach cancer, cancer in the esophagus. I mean, it was in both organs, like where it meets. So
it probably started in the stomach, and then spread it to the esophagus. They probably caught it at a later stage.
Yeah. So I definitely understand that for sure. And I'm sure losing your mom at such a young age, that's something that you don't really get over, especially having to hear about her all the time. You have to imagine how life would be with her, you know, wishing that she was here.
He does have other brothers. He got Kevin is one of his brothers, but they have a brother named Adrian that lives in Winston-Salem, and then a brother that lives in either Las Vegas or California, but I think Las Vegas. But it's from, I think the other brothers are from his dad's side, I think. Or one of them dads. I'm not sure. I don't think it was the mama kids, though.
I'm sure that growing up, that was something that was really hard to deal with.
Most definitely, you know, especially, you know, being a kid and let's say you make any type of mistake as a kid, you know, as a mother is going to pick you up when you fall down, when you hurt, whatever the case may be, and tell you everything is going to be okay. You feel me? And like I never got to.
You didn't have that. Nah. And how did that affect your relationships with like your child and like when you became a father? Like, did that roll over anything from how the only thing that you knew was what was shown to you? So like, did that roll over into you being a parent?
Nah, because I actually like everything that I didn't get, I made sure I gave to my children. You know, I have a 15-year-old now, and I just made sure I gave her everything I didn't have. Like I wanted her to have everything. Like because I didn't even get what I wanted growing up. You know, we was poor, so I only got the things I needed. So for my daughter, I made sure I spoiled her. I got her everything that she wanted and needed, and made sure anytime she had a situation,
But see, what he don't understand is that's not love. Getting them materialistic shit, everything that she wanted and needed. Like, but showing her more love, empathy, compassion, and stuff like that would have been a whole lot better than just getting her toys. And you know what I mean? Making memories would be more than just getting her material shit that he didn't have, you know?
She was dealing with. If she made a mistake, I told her it was gonna be okay. You know, you're gonna get through this, whatever. I always compliment her, let her know she's special and she's the most beautiful in the world. She's gonna be all right. She's gonna make it through everything. So
right. So you know, growing up, you said you know, the family was poor and stuff like that.
yes.
Like walk us through like how life was, you know, just during school and stuff like that, and just you know, just how was the environment, how was your experiences like coming up, you know, because a lot of people in our culture, we experience that, you know, living through poverty, and sometimes it allows us to shape us to be better in the future, or sometimes it can bring us down, you know what I mean? So walk us through like your mentality, you know, in that time period.
I don't know. I've always had drive and been confident no matter what. But, you know, going to school, seeing everybody who had it all. And, you know, a lot of times those people want to make jokes on the people who didn't have it. You know,
Right.
and I always was just solid enough that none of that stuff ever affected me. Like, I even had a song about it. My song called Couldn't Walk a Mile. I spoke about water running in my house when it rained. I can remember that. That's the one thing I can remember being 5 years old at my mom's, seeing them get buckets or whatever to catch the water that you know, was little holes in the ceiling or whatever. So I had to put that in the.
So not only was they poor with his grandmother, she was raising him, his two siblings, and a bunch of his cousins. It sounds like even before his mother passed away, they were less fortunate as well. If they had a ceiling with water coming in and they had to get buckets to catch the water, then they had to be pretty poor. You know what I'm saying? And I'm starting to understand why he flashed money, why he buy a lot of name brand clothes, and why he always say the price of how much he paid for this or how much he paid for that. These glasses are $3,000 glasses, or you know, this. He always put a number on things, and that's because he's never had anything, right? So him saying my watch costs 18,000 and my teeth cost 40,000, and he think that makes him a better man, okay? Because he's not used to having expensive things in his life. And we all know that Briana made that possible because he didn't have none of that shit. Like, let's just be honest with you. He didn't have nothing that cost a whole lot of money before Briana got that deal. Okay, the last 3 years of their relationship is when he started putting price tags on stuff, because before, not, did I say relationship? While they were in a relationship, before Briana got that brand deal, the last 3 years of the marriage, before Briana got the brand deal, he wasn't flashy like he is now. You know, he became flashy with the clothes, flashy with the vehicles, because y'all know they was driving a Kia. Let's not pretend that we didn't know they was driving a whole caravan and, you know, stuff like that or whatever. They weren't living lavish like they, and, you know, subjective, but they wasn't living as well the first half of the marriage as they were the last half of the marriage when Briana started bringing in the big bucks. Okay. And so that's why I'm trying to notice now that that's why he flash money and do all that flashy shit, because he's just not used to it.
And put that in a song. And I remember saying, hoops on my feet, that was imitation Jordans. When I hit the courts, it didn't keep me from scoring. So I've always been that type of person to still spit positivity regardless.
Okay, with the music plug.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like those bars. That was like a double entendre, right? Yeah,
Yeah, it don't stop you. You know, the money don't stop you from doing what you need to do, you know. But, you know, that's how I grew up, but it made me the person that I am.
So, I'm thinking about how, you know, you obviously lost your mom and then you're with your grandparents and they didn't really show love. How did you comprehend like what love is and, you know, genuine love and just coming up, you know, without actually seeing it?
I actually got to see it throughout my marriage. To be honest, just to see how
like
Briana
the first time you say.
Yeah, how Briana was loving on her children and stuff. I was able to see that.
Wait a minute. Hold on. What did he just say? Let me rewind this because I thought we heard somebody say she don't love her kids. She's not a good mother. She's bitter. She's horrible. She's so bad. She don't keep them clean. She don't bathe them. She don't wash them. She don't feed them. Nothing but noodles. Wait a minute. Hold up. Let us rewind. Okay? Because I thought I heard some people say, including men, women, you know what I mean? I heard them say, oh, she don't deserve her children. She's not a good mother. Robert is the reason for the season. Robert is the reason why those kids were dressed nice. Robert is the reason why those kids ate food. Robert is the reason why those kids went to school. Robert is the reason why them kids breathed. Robert is the reason why them kids knew their ABCs. Robert is the reason why them kids knew how to tie their shoes. Robert is the reason why they know math. Robert is the reason why they can walk. Robert is the reason why they can laugh. Robert is the reason why they got haircuts. Robert is the reason why they can pray. Robert is the reason. Robert is the reason. Robert is the reason. Robert is the reason. Huh? What? What? Let us replay. Let us replay that.
And, you know, genuine love and just coming up, you know, without actually seeing it.
I actually got to see it throughout my marriage. To be honest, just to see how
like the first time you say.
Yeah, how Briana was loving on her children and stuff. I was able to say, I would see how she would love on them and pick them up. You know, it's gonna be okay. Like they could break the TV or something, like break big TV.
Right, something big. Right.
Something big, and it's like just to see the love behind that. You know, I was able to see that more in that situation.
Now, so she was loving on her children when they were married. Now she the worst mother, worst person, worst lady, worst female, worst human that walked the face of the earth. Can you imagine that? That's what he want. That's what his supporters think. And that's what he want his supporters to think. This is very interesting, you guys. Very, very interesting. Let's continue. Let's continue. This is very interesting. And I'm sure some of his supporters are mad as hell to hear him compliment her in anything. They probably like, no, she wasn't, Robert. Don't be saying that she was a good person, Robert. She was horrible, Robert. How dare you say she was a good person, Robert? Her coochie leaks, Robert. How dare you say she was good to her kids? Let's focus on her for JJ. Let's focus on what we saw come out her for JJ. We need to talk about her bloody for JJ. We don't need to talk about how good of a mother she was. Let's talk about her for JJ.
And, you know, genuine love and just coming up, you know, without actually seeing it.
I actually got to see it throughout my marriage. To be honest, just to see how
like the first time you say.
Yeah, how Briana was loving on her children and stuff. I was able to see that. You know, when the boys made mistakes, I would see how she would love on them and pick them up. You know, it's gonna be break the TV or something, like break big TV.
Right, something big. Right.
Something big, and it's like just to see the love behind that. You know, I was able to see that more in that situation.
And how did that make you feel? Were you like, wow, you know, this is what I missed out on? Yeah. So that affected you.
And this is kind of what I need.
Good way.
Yeah, because if that was the first time you kind of experienced that, obviously you coming up, you know, you didn't get a chance to embrace that or be embraced, where that's like, you know, we got kids now, like that's like
all we do is embrace them all day long, like them,
and that's what you're supposed to do.
So help them and help them grow and develop. So you know, so you didn't get a chance to really truly get that or feel that coming up. It's kind of just you yourself and just loving.
So it sounds like when he said when they break something, she still showed them grace and showed them love. So to me, right here, oh my God. So Briana tried to point to him and show him grace and show him love. That's not something that he was used to. And he probably rejected because he didn't know how to give it back because he never received it. So that's why Briana said he wanted me to show him the same love I showed my kids. He wanted her to pat him on the head and say, Robert is okay. You're gonna be okay, Robert. You know, hold on. Let me see. Let me check your temperature. You okay? Calm down, Robert. Calm down. You're gonna be okay. Look into my eyes, Robert. Look into my eyes, Robert. Yes, it's all making sense now. So Briana was the loving one in a relationship, and he fell in love with that, and he wanted that, and she couldn't give that to him, and so he grew angry. Let's listen.
Yourself and getting through these fire hoops, you know, and making it out.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, that's definitely, I feel like, a situation that a lot of, you know, I don't want to just focus on the Black community because, you know, white people definitely go through, and other cultures too, definitely go through similar things where their parents, you know, either aren't together in the household, they are raised by a single parent, and it affects them growing up, especially if they never had a man around. Usually it's the mom raising, but had a man around to show the dynamic of a home. You know, that is just so important when it comes to a child developing. You know, children need to see the mom and the dad together if it's a good situation, because obviously if it's like toxic, you're only harming your child by staying. But it's also very important just to try to make things as cohesive as possible. So I definitely respect that.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know, tell us more about like your relationship with your dad, because I think you kind of brushed through it. You said he came around and stuff like that, but you know, you're a father, I'm a father. We know like the responsibilities that we have when we have kids. Like, do you feel like he met the minimum requirement as a father with you?
I mean, he's definitely the reason why I do what I do when it comes to entertaining. Man. He's a great singer. He was great at basketball, and he put the basketball in my hand as a kid. And I remember staying outside daily, shooting basketball on the days he's not there and all of that. And just seeing him sing, like it put that in me to sing as well. So, you know, he wasn't there every day. You know, he had some things he could have did better, but at the same time, I love my daddy with every part of my heart. He was always respectful around me. He always did what he could do. You know, I didn't live with him. That's the only difference, man. I would have liked to have been able to be raised by him, but he gave me enough. You know, my opinion.
Yeah. And why didn't he? Like, what was the situation for him not to be able to have you live with him and stuff like that?
You know, when my mother passed, he would have had to, would have been me. It'd been 3 kids by himself. He worked a lot, so he was at work all day. So
okay, but it's okay for Briana to raise 4 kids by herself, but the daddy couldn't raise 3 kids by himself. Roll your fucking sleeves up. What's up with that? Why you can't? If we can do it, why can't men do it? We work, we go to school, we take care of these rug rags, we do it. And sometimes we do it working 2 jobs. We figure it out. What? Oh, MG. Say it ain't so.
Right.
And I'm understanding in that situation of why I didn't stay with my grandma at that time. She was retired, she wasn't working. So it was a lot easier for her to, you know, to do that, you know, versus him being at work all day long.
Right. You still have a relationship with your dad?
Yes, most definitely.
Like he's that's awesome that he's here with you and all of that.
Yeah, and it's great that he, you know, I can definitely understand both sides, but I think at the end of the day, the most important thing would be to make sure that you're in a better environment than what he could have given you. So if he felt like it wasn't going to be enough, you know, being in a stable home, somebody who could make sure you get to school and do your homework and focus on you, cook for you, you know, be there for you in ways that he couldn't. I feel like that might have been the best thing.
Yes, and it's coming from a place of understanding with him as well. Like, you know, he kind of told me how his Me and him had a conversation about this, man. With my daughter, my oldest daughter. I would drive to North Carolina from Atlanta all the time to see my little girl. And I would always go to his house, and he was just like, man, just seeing how you are with your daughter, man, it just makes me smile, man, to see what type of father you are. You know, you drive all the way from Atlanta all the time to pick your little girl up, take her shopping, spend time with her. And man, I admire that. And you know, there's that one time I said, man, you know what? You know, it makes me think about that with you. Why I didn't see you more, you know? And my dad actually broke down into tears, and he explained, he was just like, man, I didn't even know how. He didn't have a father at all. So the fact that I did have him as the father that he was, he didn't know his father at all. Never met his father, none of that. So it's like, that's the dynamic I'm seeing with a lot of people, man, that may not have had fathers. They become better fathers than what they had because they know what it was like to not have that father around. So I always wanted to be the best father to my children.
Right.
Yeah.
He's going to at least.
So why he's electing to not be a father to Jasharia? Like, that's so sad. You know, his daddy wasn't around, and now he basically gave Jasharia his ass to kiss. You know, it don't make any sense. You know, he didn't see his dad as often, and they lived, from what I think, I don't know who told it, him or maybe one of the kids or whatever, that the daddy wasn't even that far. Like, I think he was on the same street or around the corner or something. Like, he literally was not that far away. He could have came by every day, you know what I mean? Or 2 or 3 times a week. But from the way Robert sound, like he didn't see his daddy much at all. Okay.
He's do better than what he had, which was nothing. You know what I mean? So in his eyes, you know, he's busting his ass, he's grinding, you know, and seeing you and trying to be in your life. So that is, you know, but that's the big thing in our culture, you know, as far as fathers not being there, you know what I mean? And it's really like hit or miss sometimes, you know, whether you're active, not active at all, or just like, this is my first priority no matter what, you know what I mean? Because of what I didn't have, you know. But I like the sound of, you know, him still being there, obviously, and you being able to talk to him because, you know, your mom's not here. And I think that, you know, family's all you got sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you know, lots of times it's obstacles and stuff. Like, even with as good of a father as I've been, it was a lot of obstacles even in that situation for me. You know, I had to go through a fight of custody battle and all of that with my first child's mother. You know, so especially when I got married, that became a situation where I couldn't see my child, and so I had to fight for a custody battle. So I moved.
And you got married more than once, multiple times.
No, I've only been married once.
With Briana.
Okay, got it.
So walk us through how.
I want to hear about his career too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean.
Okay. Well, I knew you were about to ask a question.
I mean.
Okay. Well, sorry to cut you off, but I definitely want to hear about your career. How'd you get into it? Well, you told us your father was a singer. So tell us more about you, because obviously you saw the video where what we did with Briana, and you was like, y'all was talking crazy on there, and you know,
disrespected me, man. Like, I was like, wow.
Which part? Which part? Be specific.
Well, I mean, I get it. I get the algorithm and all of that. Some of y'all only knew us. The algorithm. The algorithm is what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. A lot of y'all knew us through relationship content with the pranks.
Right. No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you know, I understand that, but you know, when I met her, I had 6 million followers. You know.
Okay, and that was on Facebook.
Followers. Yes.
Okay.
6 million on Facebook. I probably had 700,000 on Instagram. YouTube, 200 and some thousand subscribers. Like, I've always had a big social media. I was even popping back in the MySpace days.
Right.
Cool. Yeah.
I wonder, is he gonna, I can't remember, you guys, it's been so long since I've seen this video, but I wonder if he's going to admit in this video how he lost his 8.9 million page, or is he going to continue with the lie that Briana deleted his account? Let's listen.
I remember MySpace.
Mixtapes, you know, I was doing music. You said what?
Okay. I was going to say, what used to be your MySpace song?
I had
a song by Latruth.
Most definitely, but I had a song. all the time. I always have my own song on it. I can't always.
Right,
Yeah,
of course.
that's what I was thinking. He gotta have his own song on there.
Yeah, most as an artist, you know what I'm saying. I can't put Jay-Z song on my page. You feel me? So
Right.
I don't remember MySpace. I don't know. Maybe that's a young thing because I don't remember no MySpace.
my stuff. But yeah, I always had a lot of followers on all platforms that I was on.
You had a song called MySpace what?
MySpace Fakes. It was about women stealing other women's pictures. And I remember it going viral. And I took the I can't remember the song like that, but I took the song from Usher. Now you remind me of a girl. Yeah.
Oh, you flipped that.
So I was like, you remind me of a girl that has those pics. And I was just talking about how they were stealing people's pics. But it went viral though. Like it was actually viral back on MySpace. Everybody was adding
because that was the thing.
Wow, that was viral before viral, and also very funny.
But I can't give it all to y'all on the disrespect. I can't give it all to y'all. I was listening to what Briana was saying when she came on here. She was trying to downplay my following and saying that I posted all these other people, which I did post people, but everybody I posted, I had more followers than them. So, you know, when I started posting some of the names she named DC Young Fly, Ha Davis, all of these different people that she was naming.
Cardi B.
Cardi B. When I was posting Cardi B did not have any followers. She probably had about
but I don't remember her
followers.
I don't remember her downplaying. I remember her saying you were kind of like the plug on Facebook, like putting people on and stuff like that.
And he was. So what he's talking about is true, you guys. So what happened is Robert had the platform. However he got it, he had it, right? And he would take other people's content, kind of like what he's doing now, but it's kind of illegal now in the realms of copyright and infringement, right? But he would take other people's content, share it on his page, and it would go viral, okay? So when he did that, he got a lot of more people to follow his page because he had everybody's shit on it. So when Robert was big in social media, he wasn't big for his skits and things that he were doing. He was big for sharing celebrities or people that was trying to become celebrities, like the young people that started out like DC Young Fly and people like that or whatever. You know, he would share their content and it would go viral. So people start following his page because that's where the funny shit was from, right? You can go to that page and see all the funny stuff, all the comedians, all the artists, all the entertainers, all the skit doers. He was hosting it. He was like the host page, right? He was like, his page was like the host page. But anyway, I'm just gonna say, I'm assuming Facebook caught on to that and said, oh hell no, this is not your content. But let's just continue on. She said, did his skits go viral? No, his skits didn't go viral. Other people's skits on his page went viral. Okay.
And
that's not how she was doing it. She was basically saying, I got my followers from posting other people's content.
Well, you did, Robert. Now that's true. You did get your followers for posting other people's content. You did.
Their videos is what gave me following. That's what she was saying.
It's true.
Okay. But you know on even Instagram and YouTube, Facebook, when you post viral videos or like let's say something is actually funny and you repost it,
people are doing that now.
You get the views. People have been doing that for a long time. You get the views.
No, that can't help.
And
that
then
can't
people,
help.
you know, so you're like from what I get from your page, it's like a blog. You know what I mean?
Exactly, a blog. He hosted it. He hosted a lot of people's shit. Is what he did.
So you got your own shit on there, but from what I'm understanding, it's more like a blog where people can get put on to all types of stuff. You know, that's funny, entertaining, shocking. You know what I mean? Which is kind of like how anybody should run their own Instagram, having like flavors and knowing how to, you know, people either want to laugh, people either want to cry, they want to get educated. So it's kind of like, you know, layers to it. And I can imagine, you know, if you're on top of that from early on, your shit goes viral and people just got their post notification. They want to get hip to a whole bunch of shit through your page.
Did you take it?
Now what he does is he'll take a video that may have been going viral, like it may have like 2 or 3 million views. He'll take a portion of it, slice it, play their video, and then play his little video at the end. He might, do some commentary on it, may say something like, that's what I think about this or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Or that look good or, whatever. He's doing that now. Now, I don't know. Actually, I think it's okay. I don't think that that's considered stealing because he is doing commentary on it. But from what I was told, you got to do 80% commentary of their stuff. Their stuff can't be the bulk of the video.
Absolutely.
She was dissing you?
Oh, yeah. I knew exactly how she was wording and everything. I knew what it was. But
Dang, I didn't get that.
I didn't get that.
Oh, yeah. Go back and listen to it again. So, I mean, she actually said it before in another video where she was actually dissing me. She brought all of that. So, I don't know if y'all been keeping up with all
but she liked you. She wanted to be Miss Latruth, if that's what she was doing.
Well, since we're talking about it, because I personally want to know about your first relationship before her, to get your child and stuff like that. Like, how did that happen and what didn't work when it came to, like, why didn't you marry her or why didn't you guys take it, like, serious as much as you did with Briana?
Well, honestly, marriage was, like, I never even thought about being married ever, to be honest with you. But with me and her, it was just like, we was in a relationship. We moved in together and all of that. And it's the same thing with being an entertainer. Some people just have trust issues. It's the going through the phone all the time, things like that. But actually, with her, she was living in the crib that I paid all the bills in. I came home and it was actually a dude in my crib.
For the first chick.
Yeah, the first chick. She had one child. Yeah, my baby mom. When I met her,
y'all already had the child already?
No, she had one kid when I met her that I was raising her as my own, and she was actually pregnant with my child. I come home, dude was in my house.
No. Wow, what happened after that? Y'all was scuffing? You just kicked?
No scuffing, none of that. I don't do that. So I come in, I seen the dude in there. He come up, hey man, I didn't know she had a dude. She said
Robert said he don't scuffle, y'all. He said, nah, man, I don't do that. Robert said he don't scuffle. Oh, my God, Robert. Woo, Jesus.
I said, look, bro, get out of my house, man. You good. You feel me? You were here because she invited you.
Right.
I had a pistol.
Wow.
Do y'all believe that? Anyway, nevertheless, come on.
A pistol.
Hey, Callie. My brother is in the building. Everybody say, hey, Callie.
I had a pistol in my hand because I seen a car in my yard when I walk in. So, pistol in my hand, I just put it up. Like, yo, bro, go ahead. You good roll. He left. We broke up. She went back to her hometown. That was
He broke up, but, and I don't know if it's true, but y'all know Sierra said she was smashing him even when him and Briana got together in the beginning. He was still going to North Carolina getting that nook. That's what Sierra said. Now, y'all know Sierra be lying sometimes. So I don't know if it's true or not, but Sierra said she was still getting it, honey. She said he liked natural body. She said he liked natural body. That's what Sierra said. She said he liked natural body. He was coming to get a little licky, sticky, okay?
The end of the relationship. She was pregnant with my child. My daughter born, I go, And even
so she was pregnant with your child having sex with other men.
The dude was in the house. I don't think he got a chance to do nothing yet because he said he had just got there. So I don't know how many times somebody could have been in there, but I know it was a guy in the house. Yeah, that relationship was over with. You know what I'm saying? That relationship was over with. But
So how many years passed by since you?
Now, I don't know if I believe Robert because I do know narcissists always say their ex cheated. Like that's a thing for them because y'all know Justin said that Cora cheated when she was 4-5 months pregnant or some shit like that. So narcissists always want to blame that the breakup on the wife, and they always want to say that person cheated. You remember Justin said he walked in and saw his ex, the first wife, cheating. You remember Cora said that in her book that he claimed he walked in and saw the legs of his ex-wife all in the air, honey, getting it good. Anyway,
you met Briana?
After that incident, because my daughter she was not even born yet, so let's see. I didn't touch my baby mom probably after my daughter was about 3 years old. So I went from 3 years old to I ain't touch her at all sexually and none of that.
So he said the relationship was over, but he smashed again. And these is his words, not mine. He smashed until his daughter was 3. So you mean to tell me you walked in on your baby mama having a dude in the house while she pregnant and you still had sex with her afterwards? It wasn't no other coochie in Forest City that he had to have sex with Sierra, huh? Okay.
I met my wife in 2016, I think, 2015.
So what's the time?
20, let me see, they got married. He met her 2016.
I'm on that.
Because you guys were together for 6 years, right? 6, 7 years.
Right.
6.5 years.
And
we got married fast, so we got married real quick. So
right. But how did your baby mama cheating on you, possibly, allegedly, maybe? How did that
Allegedly. If you say so.
that affect you in your next relationship? Because I know if I'm getting cheated on and we break up and it's this traumatic thing and we tied forever because now we got a kid, moving on to the next relationship, I'm gonna hold some insecurity from that.
Did you ever forgive her or just like that effort? I mean, some
No, I'm asking him, how did that situation, did it ever trigger him later in his next relationship? Were you ever able to get over that? The fact that she cheated on you and now you have a new...
Yeah, I definitely got over it.
Okay.
I definitely got over it. Yeah, I was doing my thing. Like I've done my thing my whole life. I've only been in 2 serious relationships, which that was one. And
so when he said he was doing his thing, that means he was cheating too, so it didn't bother him that much. That's what doing your thing mean.
And the relationship with my wife, that's it. Like I've always been the type of person that's move around, do what I want to do. So that didn't bother me at all, like far as moving forward with a new relationship. Because when I trust you, I trust you.
Yeah, you felt like you dodged a bullet.
All right.
But did you see yourself marrying her at some point, or was it kind of just
Nah.
You was going?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, I didn't see that happen.
Okay.
So
what was it?
Robert said he ain't see himself marrying you, Sierra. He don't like that body like that. He don't like that body like that, girl. He don't like that body like that. He ain't want to marry you, girl. Okay, I know you in here listening. Sierra. He did not want that body like that. He didn't want your natural body, girl. You ain't had what it took, girl. He didn't want that body like that. Robert said, hell no, I ain't think about marrying her. I ain't want that natural body. Sierra said he like natural body. Robert like natural body. He don't like that natural body, girl. He ain't want that. He said, no.
About Briana that made you marry her so quickly?
Well, yeah, I want to talk about how, like, what you see in her when you guys walk us through how you guys first met. Obviously, she told us. I would like to see it from your POV. Walk us through that, and what did you see in her that say, okay, this girl could possibly be my wife?
Well, like I said, when she reached out to me on social media. She was doing music videos at the time. It was a video they had sent to me. The dude was like, reach out to Latruth. He make people go viral all the time. Reach out to him. So that's how the connection happened. We finally spoke through DM. I gave her my number. She called me. I looked at her pictures and all that. That's what made me give her my number. I thought she was beautiful, seeing some of her modeling pictures and all that. So we just went from there. Her mom had just passed. And that's why you hear us talk about the trauma bond. That's why she started saying it. Because I explained it to her. Like, her mom had just passed. I never dealt with my mom passing. I was 5 years old when she died, so I never dealt with that. So when she told me her mom passed, it was like, oh, wow. Like, now I'm dealing with my mom passing through her mom passing. I'm being that shoulder to cry on. I'm telling her everything is going to be okay. And we, like I said, we start seeing each other. She's driving 8 hours from where she lived at to come to my house in Atlanta, spending time with her. And we talking on the phone all night long.
See, that's where Briana went wrong. She was putting way more energy into the relationship in the beginning than he was. She was driving. Did he say 8 hours? Hell, what the hell did they live? I thought North Carolina and Georgia was like right there. Did he say 8 hours? Or maybe he mean there and back. Okay, maybe he meant burn and turn. Okay, because 8 hours? Lord Jesus. Briana, you was doing too much, girl, already, child. Woo, Lord, honey. Somebody should have taught her better, honey.
Every girl I was dealing with, I cut them off. You know what I'm saying? Just in that process of her healing and me helping her through that. I cut everybody I was dealing with up. And it was official. We got serious.
So there was obviously something special about her that drew you to her so quickly. What were those things that you loved about Briana?
Let's just listen. I can't even imagine what this man about to say. Let's just see what he loved about Briana, honey. I wonder, was it the motor oil coochie that have everybody over there in a frenzy, honey, that they want to talk about it every day, honey, because the sister-in-laws is keeping the picture in their phone, baby. You hear me? That's the first thing they look at when they get up in the morning. They're like, ooh, I love it. Anyway, let's find out what he loved about Bree, honey. Let's just see.
You been in the dating process?
Yeah. Why you married her?
I mean, she did everything that we feel like a wife should do. Like, you know, I'm waking up to breakfast every morning, lunch, dinner.
Was it good?
I thought them folks over there said that she couldn't cook. What? Bree know how to cook? I didn't know that.
Was it lit? Was it delicious?
I'm waking up to steak and eggs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow.
Oh, damn! You got the tomahawk.
You know,
yeah, that baby steak and eggs.
I'm unlimited sex, obviously. You know, man, waking up to whatever I want sexually, midday, night, whatever the case may be. In the first, 3 months, we got married. So,
he was like this.
Who get married over some steak and eggs and pussy? Lord Jesus.
This is it.
So this is heaven. This is all. This is what I need.
Yeah, being supportive, and she wasn't tripping about nothing that I was doing in the entertainment. She wasn't going through phones, none of that stuff. Things just.
So y'all weren't really arguing. Y'all weren't arguing during that time.
So yeah, it was
a honeymoon. Yeah, 3-month honeymoon. Then when you, go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. You got it.
When you got married, did things change?
Yeah, most definitely.
So walk us through right before that though. Like walk us through what was like, because I know as an entertainer sometimes being married could conflict with what you got going on. Did you ever think about that before you made that decision that you wanted to get married, that your career may things may have to change just out of respect for your marriage?
No, not really. I didn't think that deep into it, because the only thing I was doing was entertaining, like
because he wasn't nothing but a content creator. That's why he didn't think that deep into it. He ain't never really been no entertainer. He's just a content creator. Okay, just a content creator. Period.
Skits and different things like that. I would have never thought that would have to change, because it wasn't talked about any change in the first 3 months, just in the dating process. She was aware of everything I was doing, and she supported it.
So you now, is it true that she was emotional about leaving, and you was just, why don't you like come stay here, and it kind of led into you saying we're married? Like, is that how it went? Like, let us know how the marriage situation actually happened.
Nah, she wasn't emotional about moving. You talking about moving from her house to come stay with
No,
her?
she was sad to leave you and was going back home.
Oh yeah. Just on the first visit, she was there for about 3 days, and when she was leaving, she was actually crying and stuff. I'm just like, why are you crying? What's good? You just there 3 days, right?
He gaslit her for 3 days. But Bree, what the hell is wrong with you that you crying over a man that damn early? What is really going on, girl? What in the hell is going on?
You love me already? Well, yeah, I love you, or whatever the case may be.
Love me already.
Yeah, like I said.
Okay.
Well, hell, she was 22. You know what I'm saying? At 22, you be loving anybody that's loving you.
Okay.
So yeah, she drove back home, and the next time I talked to her, I was just like, you can come stay here if you want to, because this long distance thing, I can tell that's an issue. Like, I can tell that's something that you don't really like. So she quit her job, and she moved in.
Right. and then y'all weren't having any issues in the beginning. 3-month honeymoon, but then you start having issues. How quickly into the marriage did things start to change, and what were those things that changed?
I probably would say at least 5-6 months in. I would say it's just the insecurities and wanting to go through the phone and stuff and all that, and then to find out she went through my phone every night. She told me she went through my phone every night of the marriage. She said she went through my phone every night of being married.
Do you think she was insecure about going through your phone? Like, did you truly never gave her any reason to have to go through your phone?
Truly.
Yeah, why was she going through your phone?
Because of the previous relationship she had before me. That's what it is.
No, Robert, she was going through your phone because you was telling her, if you don't give me coochie, I'm gonna go get it from somebody else. And you was staying out late at the club. Let's not forget, homie.
Securities came from.
That's what she told you?
That's what I know, because she told me he cheated on her so many times.
Okay, so you just put 2 and 2 together. So you never cheated on Briana, even with you doing these videos with other women and telling her you was linking up with John, but it was like Beyonce. That's what she said. You never cheated on her.
Never cheated on her.
And what's up with that? Because go ahead.
The people the names that she's talking about that I called that I was working with, those are the videographers. She knows this. So when she says,
what about the girls in the video that are in your skits?
They not videographers. So if I say, like, one of my guys' name is B Rad, so I'll be like, I'm linking with B Rad to go shoot skits. He's the shooter. He's not the actor. She knows the only time I do content is with women. That's the only, every content she's ever seen with me was done with women. So she already knows.
Okay. So you were doing that before. So it's like, why would that change after?
Yes, that's all my page had was me doing skits with other women. I had a series called Will He Cheat that did probably 40, 50 million views that probably generated me at least 2.5 million followers on Facebook just through that series. And it was nothing but girls in the videos. That's all I've ever done, because that's the excitement behind doing these skits.
Okay. So
that's the excitement, the girls? Oh, okay, whatever.
You were not telling her the whole story. Was that just a part of, like, maybe you just keeping a little bit of your freedom to yourself? You know that you not out here doing no wild shit. So, like, I'm not going to explain every single detail to you. I'm going to go shoot this video with John or B-Raz, and I'll be back later. Was it kind of like that? Because she's acting like she did, you would say you would go shoot this video and you would say your videographer's name, but she would see girls in the video. So she's making it as if, you were out there doing some BS. So to clean it up, are you saying that you would not just give her the whole story?
No, I didn't give her the whole story, because I didn't even know who I was going to be working with, to be honest with you. My stuff, I have so many different contacts to do skits with, so my stuff be a lot of random stuff. It's not super organized and stuff like that. So I call my shooter, and then once I do that, I start calling different people like, hey, are you available to do a skit? And if they say yes, I'll be like, okay, cool. This is going to be the location.
And then you figure out what skit fits best for whoever.
Right.
Okay.
So you said like it was like 5 to 7 months after where, she was like going through your phone every day and all this stuff. Was that an issue for you? Like, did you ever like communicate like, yo, I'm not feeling this? Or did it was like, I got nothing to hide. It's all good.
Most definitely. I communicated that every time. I was like, look, why do you got to keep going through the phone? You got the password. I know that. I got your password. I don't go through your phone. Like, what's the reason to go? Just like trust.
Briana said he did go through her phone, and not only did he go through her phone, but he used to post stuff. Remember, y'all? She said she would wake up and see that, it'd be like 15, 20 comments from her page under his comments, like he used to use her page and call himself king. I love my king. I love you, king. This, that, the other. She said she would wake up and see he didn't comment up under her profile making it seem like she was all in love. Well, I mean, I'm sure she was, but it's just the fact that he would do it is funny to me. Lord Jesus.
I said, that's the key component in a relationship. You got to be able to trust each other. If there's no trust, we ain't got nothing, you know. But I still allowed her to do it either way. But I'm telling her not to do it.
Right. I mean, I think in that sense, it's just about, you know, communicating boundaries and making sure, you know, boundaries aren't stepped over. And, you know, when so many months pass by and it becomes a habit, it's kind of like, you know, it's up in the air at that point because, you know, the boundaries aren't being respected and you kind of just letting it go, whatever the case is, because there's nothing that you're hiding.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's like I said, she'll tell you to this day. She tells me to this day. She says, "I know you never cheated on me," and I was wondering how she was just so confident with saying that all the time. They're going through my phone every night.
That joker said, "How was she so confident to say that?" Well, because you was clearing out that IG and all that other shit. It was like, how is she so confident? It's almost like, how didn't she know? How did she figure this shit out?
I didn't know this. That's why, but I didn't know this until she actually told me this yesterday. She was like, "I went through your phone every night." I said, "What?" I didn't know you was doing it every night.
6 years.
So y'all are still communicating right now.
Yeah, we still have conversations. You know, we got a child together, so you know.
Right. So I gotta communicate.
They were still bumping and grinding, but you notice how when they was bumping and grinding, he didn't go as hard on her. Remember, they still bumping and grinding. There's still a chance for them to actually work things out. I'm assuming, because I don't even remember when this video. Let me see. It says 1 year ago. Let me look at the date. The date of this video was January the 17th. This video was January the 17th. Was this the weekend before she met Ja or the weekend after she met Ja? Come on, y'all tell me, what was this, the weekend before Ja or after Ja?
That's good though. I'm so happy to hear that. You know, that was definitely something that I wanted to ask you, but I was going to save it for later in the interview for sure.
So in your POV, what do you feel like was, because you guys were married for 6 years. And there was a point where Briana felt like y'all was arguing every other day. Y'all was arguing every other day. Is that true?
I ain't gonna say every other day, but you know, anytime I wanted to work and do skits with other females, that's when all of the big stuff would happen. You know, just like the incident where you seen the police being called and all of that, and she on the phone, he's got a gun. Those things have happened throughout the marriage. It just never was to the public, you know.
Right.
So the police were called before.
Yes, the insecurities are that strong, and then once, because I record stuff.
I believe that they both was insecure, to be honest with you, both of them.
Like, I already know, I already see how it's going, so the stuff is recorded. Once the police get there, they look at the video after she said, "Oh, he hit me, he did these different things." They come there, she's erratic about going through I went through his phone, da da da. So they already know what it is. They say, "Oh," they know exactly what it is. So
wait,
they look at my video.
I just want to clear it up real quick. So the police have been called before, and are you saying that she would make things up to make it sound crazy, like he hit me, and then when they start investigating what happened, she says that she went through your phone, and where does it come up that he really didn't hit me? Where does that? Because if she says that don't come up, because if she tells the police that you hit her, wouldn't they have to like take you to jail or something?
They would if, in fact, they could see that was true. But when I'm showing
they would have to see bruises.
He just told on himself. He said they would have if there was a bruise left. Robert literally just told on himself. He said, "Listen, y'all, I'm gonna put it back a little bit." He says they would if they could see that it was true. So basically, he's saying the people came out there and didn't see any bruises. Let's go back a little bit. Hold on.
I know you never cheated on me. And I was
I'm
wondering.
sorry, I went back a little further.
She was just.
Hold on. Let's go to 40. Let's go here.
Are you saying that she would make things up to make it sound crazy, like he hit me, and then when they start investigating what happened, she says that she went through your phone, and where does it come up that he really didn't hit me? Where does that? Because if she says that,
that don't come up.
Because if she tells the police that you hit her, wouldn't they have to like take you to jail or something?
They would if, in fact, they could see that was true. But when I'm showing them,
they would have to see bruises.
Right, they have to see bruises. And at this time, I'm 250 pounds. I'm 250 pounds, big, strong person. So she's saying these type of things even with that. But I have recordings showing that she's the one hitting me and everything like that. So they see those recordings and be like, ma'am, I can lock you up for this, right? What do you want me to do? They're asking me, what do I want them to do? I'm like, look, I'll just get a hotel. She's got the kids. I'll go to a hotel. And I would leave and go to a hotel. That's just what it is.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to believe that, but hey, it ain't my marriage. But I don't know if I want to believe that right there.
Okay, because Briana told us that she was the one always going to the hotel.
That's what she told me too, I think. But one time she did say he went to the hotel one time.
With the kids. And
Dawn said it too.
And that they would actually leave you, and she had to take the kids and go to a hotel.
They can't remove you from the house, so
she would leave. And then the other thing Briana also said was that, the kids would be banging on the door because of y'all's like physical altercations in the bedroom, accusing you of allegedly putting your hands on her, maybe choking her, dragging her across.
Y'all, everybody say hey to Robert. He is in the comments. He's under the name Hey, H-E 3 Y's or 4 Y's. Everybody say hey, Latruth.
Across the floor, things of that nature. That's how she described it. So if you're saying that you never put your hands on women, you said that earlier in the interview as well. Where is the disconnect here? Like I'm because it's hard for me to look at Briana and just be like, oh, she's lying. And then just
let me say something. How is that hard? You ain't seen all the evidence out there?
So
see, you hear? Okay, listen. This is such a manipulator. He's like, that hard. You ain't seen all the evidence out here, because he's for sure thinks that YouTube has all the evidence of his innocence and all the evidence of Briana's lying. Right? Thinks that, YouTube has it. But a smart person will know that they go listen to those evidence is one-sided. You understand what I'm saying? It's definitely full of emotion and hate for Briana, and talks nothing about the things that he's done, how he, manipulate, gaslight, and just straight out lie, right? They didn't cover none of that. They only covered the bad things that Briana has done. So when he said you ain't seen all the evidence out there, because he can't show evidence that he's telling the truth. He allowed women, and no offense to the age, but women in their 30s and 30s, they ain't married, ain't never been married, don't know how to spell marriage. He let them prove his innocence, so to speak. Okay.
If she's lying, why do y'all have regular
communications? Why she says his daughter
outside of your child? You know what I mean? Like, I would be pissed.
Exactly. And totally pissed, right?
I would be cease and desist. You need to stop. I would serve a cease and desist. I would be in court, defamation.
Exactly. I would be out here doing a whole lie detector test, and I would show the world that I'm honest and she's the liar. But that Negro would never take the lie detector test because he know he will fail it.
I would be doing all kind of shit, So like, But she did that interview last week and y'all were just on the phone,
Yesterday, he said.
Being normal and having normal conversations. So like,
See, the one thing
I'm
about
trying to
marriage,
understand.
The one thing about marriage, the vow saying sickness and health, that's a sickness. The lying, all of that is considered as a sickness. I don't know if y'all seen the video of
What? He said the marriage. Wait a minute, hold on. He said the vows said through sickness and in health, but yet he filed for divorce December the 20th. And this interview is almost a month after he filed for a divorce. But he said the vows said through sickness and in health, and a lying is a sickness. Damn.
her talking about her child's father, her baby daddy, the one she has 3 kids with. It's a video where her sitting in front of the camera that I didn't even see until about 3 weeks ago, where she's in my bed with a wedding ring on, obviously, that I put on her finger.
That joker said, in my bed, not our bed, but my bed. Jesus.
And she's giving the same story about her baby daddy. She says, he threw me through a wall, caused me to bleed.
That's not the same story she gave for you, though. Anyway.
Pulled a gun on me in one incident and was going to shoot me. She said he sicked the dogs on her and her children. This is her baby daddy of 3 kids. She said he did these things to her throughout the whole relationship. Through every child that she had with him, he was doing these things to her. This is what she said on the camera. It's out there.
But what did that have to do with you, Latruth?
I didn't see this video until about 3 weeks ago. I was like, and she had mentioned something about the throwing her through a wall to me myself. And then I remember when I brought it up to her one time, and she was saying something good about him. And I brought that up, and she was like, I never said that. So then the video comes out, and she said the same thing about him, which was way worse what she said about him. So I started analyzing data with all that type of stuff. There's something going on. Like,
so why would her stories be untrue? With her telling those experiences, like what makes those things untrue besides
her telling you that she never said that?
Yeah, besides that.
But for her to say she never said it, but then it's audio, a video. I knew she said it to me, so I was like, "Am I tripping?" But then I see the video of her saying the same thing about this.
But that example, that example though, obviously we weren't there. We don't know what she said or how you rephrase, what she told you initially. But like, besides that,
for me. I can only speak for me.
Right. But besides that, is there anything else that kind of like would be like, there's no, like, I mean, did you have a conversation with the baby daddy about it, or is there any other?
I had a conversation with him, and he just said, whatever happened in the past is in the past. He wouldn't explain nothing to me. And I was like,
because that's what men do. But he told me that it was true. But that's what men do. That's what men do. Men don't go around on social media and say, oh, listen to the blogger. She's a liar. She's a liar. And I'm innocent. And I'm innocent. And I'm vindicated. And I'm innocent. Yeah, men don't. Men say what happened in the past is in the past. What her and I went through, that's over. We passed that. We're done with that. We're healing and moving forward. We got kids together. We got children together.
Like, you can't tell me if any of that is true. Just like, man, what happened in the past? I'm a new man. I'm a religious person.
Right. Okay.
I believe like this now. So whatever happened, he makes posts, saying that he's changed and he wants to be better for his kids and all that stuff. Yeah. I wasn't in the house.
Right. We don't know.
So it could possibly
have happened because he's saying like,
be true. Right.
If it didn't happen, I know for sure somebody usually be like, that did not happen.
I did a lot of things, but I didn't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
No, but but you're saying that there might be some mental health situations with Briana from what you have analyzed.
And I can only speak for me. I can speak from my experience because the things she's saying I didn't do. And the one thing, I'm a grown man. I got to answer to nobody but God, right? So police have came out several times. I have no record. I have no domestic charge on my record ever in my life.
That doesn't mean that you haven't done anything just because you don't have a charge. Hello. That doesn't mean that.
Because I don't do stuff like that. So if a police is coming to the house like that, you know, I live in rich neighborhoods, like white neighborhoods, every house that I've been in since me and her been together.
I hate when people say that. I live in white neighborhoods and they equate that to rich. How many? Raise your hand if you ever seen a white neighborhood. What's a white neighborhood? A white neighborhood that listen. Just because white people live there don't mean it's a rich neighborhood, okay? I know some very wealthy, like even my neighborhood, my next door neighbor is black, okay? It doesn't, your neighborhood don't define the color of the person's skin. You have upscale neighborhood that's mixed. We got Indians that live over here. We got, people of Indian descent. Which is Asians, really. We got Asians, we got black folks, we got white folks. We got a good mix of people over here, and we still live in an upscale neighborhood. I don't like when people say, I live in a rich neighborhood, I live in a white neighborhood. That does not make your neighborhood rich. But coming from where he come from, I guess that's what that means. Anyway, I digress.
It could have happened because he's saying, like,
right.
If it didn't happen, I know for sure somebody usually be like, that did not happen.
I did a lot of things, but I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
No, but but you're saying that there might be some mental health situations with Briana from what you have analyzed.
You know, and I can only speak for me. I can speak from my experience because the things she's saying I didn't do. And the one thing, I'm a grown man. I ain't got to answer to nobody but God, right? So police no record ever in my life because I don't do stuff like that. So if a police is coming to the house like that, you know, I live in rich neighborhoods, like white neighborhoods, every house that I've been in since me and her been together. When they pull up with those type of accusations, he has a gun, he just beat me, he just did all these different things. A black man, I'm going to jail. If, you know, I have stuff recorded so when they see it, they know exactly what it is. And that's the reason why.
And this is the recording on your phone, or are you showing them like surveillance in your house?
Recordings on my phone.
Right. Because that's a little hard because when situations happens, you can't really, like when you're in the thick of an argument or whatever the case, or even a physical argument, it's very hard to get anything on camera. You know what I mean? Just because it's going on right then and there until like you get in the aftermath. But I have a question. Yeah, if it's not surveillance,
I think if two people are arguing, and if you
is easier.
Well, yeah, but if you're arguing, and then if you have a history of knowing that someone's going to call the police on you, then you would pull your phone out from jump for protection. And be like, hey, I have an hour video right here.
I got that part. I'm talking about like if you guys are in the heat of an argument and then it gets physical when you guys are like, both of your hands is on each other. You know what I mean? Unless you got the camera set up here or you got surveillance cameras that's recording all the time, it's very hard. Like if we just start, you know, obviously there's a camera right here, but if we just start rumbling together, how can I hold a camera while I'm doing stuff to you and you doing stuff to me? You know what I mean? Unless it's just a verbal disagreement.
And let's say that happens, right? Let's say just right now, you, the man, the stronger person right now, let's say you just started doing something to her right now. Is there going to be any marks? 9 times out of 10.
On me, yes, because I'm light skinned and I definitely bruised a little.
It depends. Like if I'm open fist slapping her and stuff like that. Yeah, if I'm open fist slapping her, she's gonna get marks. But if it's more like grabbing her up or choking her or stuff like that,
or just even being disrespectful and like even if it was like a shoulder shrug, you know, that would definitely rile me up. No, but you know, we're just trying to understand both sides as to what you're saying, because obviously the things that Briana said, she laid it on so thick for us, right? So it's definitely.
But see, she said those things as well. She said I dragged her. She said that I hit her and all these different things. But then she said he's never physically abused me ever. The only incident.
Well, she said that's the first time that you broke something.
She said that's the
and
first time I've ever even. She said in the video, she said he's never dragged me or none of that. She said y'all on here acting like the man dragged me. Y'all acting like the man actually punched me or hit me. This is
You're
the
talking about a
first
different video,
time.
not our video.
Yeah, your video.
Right, but then later in the interview, she said, hold on. Later in the interview, she said that she was covering for you a lot.
Well, because y'all been married for 6 years, and when we didn't hear anything going on wrong until the end
y'all
of
were
it.
real cute couple.
That's how it's supposed to look, though. You post your highlights. No one posts their drama on the internet unless maybe they're doing something.
He said that's how it's supposed to look. You're supposed to post the highlights.
That's how it's by design. Like, it's just like watching a sports game. You're gonna post your highlights. You're not gonna post.
Speaking of skits, though, when you came out after everything happened and said that it was a skit, you know, why did you do that?
Trying to protect my family. It was clear. See, I was already recording.
Trying to protect his image. Let's just keep it real.
I recorded that incident. Y'all seen what the police was called. Y'all seen the dramatics. Like, that's the one thing y'all got to be able to understand. She's very dramatic. I know y'all can see that already. Through all the content, all the stuff that's happened, she's very dramatic. So on the phone with the police, you can see that from there. The extra out, faking like she's crying, saying I'm doing these certain things to her, and I was not doing anything to her. He's following me. I'm standing right here with the camera. Like, she's watching me film her. Everything y'all saw was her seeing me with the camera on her.
Now I'm gonna just say this. I wasn't there at the house, but the he following me part, I can believe that because they were in the closet when the incident happened, right? So if she came out the closet and went into the bedroom and got on the bed, I cannot sit here and say that he wasn't following her. That's one, right? But the two, when she said he got a gun, she didn't say he was pointing a gun at her, but you know what? We don't know if he was or not. We never actually saw him on the camera. And I'm just, you know, no matter what happened, it really don't matter, right? To us, you know, is neither here or there. God knows, though. But the following me and the GUN, we can't really say that that wasn't the case because the camera was never on him. So when that went viral and everybody was like, oh, she lied. Did she? Because like 3 or 4 days later, that dude was actually holding a weapon. Like, did she? I don't know if she did or not. And I'm not here to say she did lie. And I'm not here to say she didn't lie. But did she? Did she? That's something that we would never, ever know. We would never know if that was the case or not. Because before he started that video record, and not only before he started it, we never saw whether he was pointing something at her or had mentioned something about a GUN or whatever the case may be, or maybe even mentioned it another time during their altercation. I'm just saying, did she? Did she?
Still did all of that stuff. With the camera.
So here's my thing about that.
Still did every bit of that.
Right. Here's my thing about that, because the way she explained it, obviously, you know, people are half and half. But there is some logic into what she explained, because when a cop, when you're talking to an operator, they're going to ask, especially in situations like this, if the person that they're calling about owns a firearm.
Or does he have a firearm? So it's like.
And then also with the following aspect, they want to know, you know, obviously, are you guys separated, whatever the case is. I know you weren't like following her in the sense of like you want to do something to her, but obviously you were recording her for your.
Like following her with the phone.
But, you know, when she ran into the bedroom, you were there at the bedroom recording her call.
Yeah, we was both all in the bedroom. We was both in the bedroom, so it's no way for me to follow her. We're both in.
I thought she jumped kind of jumped on the bed, you know, while she was on the phone with the cops. Though
she did that.
Like
she jumped on the bed,
hallway.
but she jumped. No, I was standing right here by the bed. The bed was there. I was right here in the doorway of the bathroom, which is 2 feet apart. You know what I'm saying? Everything that happened, she explained the story, but if you listen to the stories that she explained, that's the reason why people are saying she's lying, and you got some people saying she's telling the truth, because they haven't seen videos. You know what I'm saying? She explained the first story, and she left out some things in y'all's video. She didn't even mention nothing about the pepper spray in your video.
Right. There was a lot of comments about that.
The pepper spray.
And I was wondering.
And I'm going to say this about the pepper spray. Why would Briana grab pepper spray if she wasn't afraid that he was going to attack her or do something to her? A person that has never been pushed, slapped, tugged, choked, drugged, anything before by a man, why in the world would it be her first time ever to grab a pepper spray over a guy that has never put hands on her? Like, that shit don't add up right there. You know what I'm saying? She grabbed the pepper spray for protection, but why? Why would she need protection if this man has never ever put hands on her, whether he drugged her, pushed her, choked her, punched her, whatever the case may be? Why would she grab a weapon, any weapon, pepper spray, broom, stick, anything? Like, if I know that if I have wrestled with a guy before, and if he's never wrestled with me back, I'm not gonna go grab nothing. I'm not gonna go grab nothing. Why? Because I know he's not gonna do anything. I'm gonna grab something if I think he's gonna do something. You understand what I'm saying? So, a lot of things that people don't listen to. She grabbed the pepper spray for protection. She didn't grab the pepper spray just because she just grabbed the pepper spray, baby. You understand what I'm saying? People grab weapons for protection. Okay.
With the pepper spray, pepper spray, I've been pepper sprayed before. That shit hurts.
Why would she pull out pepper spray and you're not attacking her? Like,
that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. And I didn't even know that this young lady was going to say that. I did not even know, because I ain't seen this video in a year and a day, okay, or whatever. I did not know she was even going to say that. But she said exactly what I'm thinking. Why would she bring out pepper spray? Make you think, huh?
Let me know.
Well, I want to know how would.
And his response is, I don't know. He couldn't think that fast.
Were you able to record the video and stuff if you were pepper sprayed and stuff like that? Because that shit hurts. It burns.
The pepper spray wasn't able to get in my face or nothing because I picked up a pillow. And see, in her first initial.
The fact that he just said the pepper spray wasn't, it didn't get in his face because he picked up a pillow. I heard him in another interview said that he almost died because he was choking on the pepper spray and it got in his stomach and all types of bullshit. Now, am I the only one that heard that? Am I the only one that heard him say when she pepper sprayed him, he couldn't breathe, and, a little bit got on him and he couldn't breathe and that type of shit? But now all of a sudden it didn't get in his face because he held the pillow up. Listen with your own ears. It's another interview where he talked about the pepper spray and said, oh, it got in my throat, it got in my stomach. And he didn't even have a stomach at the time, but nevertheless, he said he got in his stomach and, his stomach wasn't feeling good and all types of shit. He said that out of his own mouth.
Right here in the doorway of the bathroom, which is 2 feet apart. You know what I'm saying? Everything that happened. She explained the story, but if you listen to the stories that she explained, that's the reason why people are saying she's lying. And you got some people saying she's telling the truth because they haven't seen all of the videos. You know what I'm saying? She explained the first story and she left out some things in y'all's video. She didn't even mention nothing about the pepper spray in your video.
Right. There was a lot of comments about that.
The pepper spray.
And I was wondering with the pepper spray, pepper spray, I've been pepper sprayed before. That shit hurts.
Why would she pull out pepper spray and you're not attacking her? Like, let me know.
Well, I want to know how were you able to record the video and stuff if you were pepper sprayed and stuff like that? Because that shit hurts. It burns.
The pepper spray wasn't able to get in my face or nothing because I picked up a pillow. In her first initial response, she explained all of that stuff. She left out the kick. She gave y'all the kick. So if she does about 20 more interviews, she'll give you everything that she did. So,
but wait,
why did she take that long?
Why she pull out the pepper spray if there was no physical?
Let me give y'all
altercation.
Let me give y'all the truth. Like, I've told this story already, and my story is the same exact way. Okay, we just moved into a new home. Y'all knew that part, right?
Yes, she told us that.
He's stalling because he's thinking about what he's about to say.
That's the reason why all of the bags and stuff was still on the floor with whenever you seen me filming her calling the cops. All right, we just moved in. We still had a couple of months left on the old lease or whatever. So I'm gonna uncover a lot of stuff because I don't even want to do no more of these interviews right here. So I'm gonna uncover everything right here. All right, we moved into the new place. She picked out the place and all of that, put it in my name, spent a lot of money to move into it.
Did he just say it was in his name? Hold on one second, because he liar. Hold on.
Also, with the following aspect, they want to know.
Hold on, let me go back. Because did he answer?
And be like, hey, I have an hour video right here.
I got that part. I'm talking about like if you guys are in the heat of an argument.
Damn, I went back too far. 52. Let's go here.
I understand both sides as to what you're saying, because obviously.
Let's go back a little bit more. 52.
And be like, hey, I have an hour video right here.
I got that part. I'm talking about in the heat of an argument. And then it gets physical when you guys are, both of your hands is on each other. You know what I mean? Unless you got the camera set up here or you got surveillance cameras that's recording all the time. It's very hard. Like if we just start, obviously there's a camera here, but if we just start rumbling together, how can I hold a camera while I'm doing stuff to you and you doing stuff to me? You know what I mean? Unless it's just a verbal disagreement.
Right. And let's say that happens, right? Let's say just right now, you, the man, the stronger person right now, let's say you just started doing something to her right now. Is there going to be any marks?
I went back too far. I went back too far. Let's go here.
I'm acting like the man actually punched me or hit me. You're
talking about a different video, not our video.
Yeah, your video.
Right, but then later in the interview, she said, hold on. Later in the interview, she said that she was covering for you a lot.
Damn, I went back way back. Shit, hold on.
Not doing anything to her. He's following me. I'm standing right here with the camera. Like, she's watching me film her. Everything y'all saw was her seeing me with the camera on her. And she still did all of that stuff. With the camera.
So here's my thing about that. She
still did every bit of that.
Right. Here's my thing about that, because the way she explained it, obviously, people are half and half. But there is some logic into what she explained, because when a cop, when you're talking to an operator, they're going to ask, especially in situations like this, if the person that they're calling about owns a firearm.
Or does he have a firearm? So
now, I did not hear the operator ask, and I played that video back several times. I never heard the operator say, does he have a firearm? She offered up that information. He has a gun. He has a gun. So I did not hear the operator whatsoever ask, do he have a weapon? She volunteered the information.
It's like,
and then also with the following aspect, they want to know, obviously, are you guys separated, whatever the case is. I know you weren't like following her in the sense of like you want to do something to her, but obviously you were recording her for
like following her with the phone.
But when she ran into the bedroom, you were there at the bedroom recording her call.
Yeah, we was both all in the bedroom. We was both in the bedroom, so it's no way for me to follow her. We're both in there.
I thought she jumped kind of jumped on the bed, while she was on the phone with the cops though.
She did.
I didn't hear the operator ask that. Renee, if you could send that to me to my inbox, that would be great. I did not hear the operator say, does he have a weapon? I did hear her say, what's your name? Stuff like that. But I did not hear her say, does he have a weapon? Send it to me in my inbox, please. Thanks.
It looked like he was in the hallway.
But she jumped. No, I was standing right here by the bed. The bed was there. I was right here in the doorway of the bathroom, which is 2 feet apart. You know what I'm saying? Everything that happened, she explained the story. But if you listen to the stories that she explained, that's the reason why people are saying she's lying. And you got some people saying she's telling the truth because they haven't seen all of the videos. You know what I'm saying? She explained the first story and she left out some things in y'all's video. She didn't even mention nothing about the pepper spray in your video.
Right. There was a lot of comments about that.
The pepper spray.
And I was wondering with the pepper spray, pepper spray, I've been pepper sprayed before. That shit hurts.
Why would she pull out pepper spray and you're not attacking her? Like, let me know.
Well, I want to know how were you able to record the video and stuff if you were pepper sprayed and stuff like that? Because that shit hurts. It burns.
The pepper spray wasn't able to get in my face or nothing because I picked up a pillow. And see, in her first initial response, she explained all of that stuff. She left out the kick. She gave y'all the kick. So if she does about 20 more interviews, she'll give you everything that she did. So,
but wait,
why did she take that long?
Why'd she pull out the pepper spray if there was no physical
Let me give y'all
altercation?
Let me give y'all the truth. Like, I've told this story already, and my story is the same exact way. Okay, we just moved into a new home. Y'all knew that part, right?
Yes, she told us
Okay,
that.
that's the reason why all of the bags and stuff was still on the floor with whenever you seen me filming her calling the cops. All right, we just moved in. We still had a couple of months left on the old lease or whatever. So I'm gonna uncover a lot of stuff because I don't even want to do no more of these interviews right here. So
this is where he about to say something about his name was on the lease. Now, if he said his name was on the lease, he's just lying.
I'm gonna cover everything right here. All right, we moved into the new place. She picked out the place and all of that, put it in my name, spent a lot.
You heard him put it in my name. He's so lying because he had Briana already explained this one, and I definitely believe her when she said that he could not put the house in his name because of his fucked up credit. And the reason why I believe it, well, not his fucked up credit, but his evictions. But I believe it because he asked the judge for her to not show his credit report because it would have had on there those evictions.
A lot of money to move into it. She brought up some things about certain money or whatever that she sent me, which she sent $7,000 because I spent about $30,000 to $40,000 and everything else. So that was just like being husband and wife. She just wanted to help out, so she sent that. All right, we moved.
Okay, go ahead. $30,000 to $40,000 to move from one house to another. Hell, we spent. Anyway, let's continue.
Move into it. The issue was she took the kids to school. She came back home. I was just kind of like, yo, what? You ain't showing me no love and affection. Y'all know I just went through cancer. Everybody's saying that. So I was feeling like she wasn't giving me the same love and affection that she used to give me, obviously. Love and affection means sex in this because people keep talking about bringing up mommy's love and all of that stuff. That was never no issue with me right there. No, I ain't want no mother's love from my wife. You feel what I'm saying? So when the only thing I told her was to love me unconditionally the way a mother would love her children. Instead of, because in her head, I'm doing so much cheating and all of that. So it's like, look, love me unconditionally. You think I'm cheating when I'm not, but just love me unconditionally. Even if you think I'm doing that when I'm not. That's what that meant.
Even if you think I'm doing it, I'm not. Like, what? What?
So love and affection, she downplayed it. She actually was like, damn, why is everything I do not good enough? You always complaining. I'm like, all I said was I wanted love and affection. She was like, well, I'm tired. I'm sitting down. I'm just going to watch my show, Love in Huntsville, whatever that show is called. And I said, like, man, let's just finish unpacking it.
Shout out to Carlos King.
Let's just finish unpacking. You know, I'm upset at this point. Like, damn, no love and affection. All right, cool. Let's just go ahead and unpack. I'm tired of all these bags and stuff sitting around. So she's angry over that too. Like, nah, I'm just going to do this. So she's watching that show.
See, what he failed to say is she had just dropped all the kids off to school. He at home now. Of course, he's healing or whatever, but she had just dropped all the kids off to school, all of them, and the child off to daycare, as she do all the time, right? She said he'll never help her with that. Even his own child, she had to take care of her too, right?
So I see Martell. Now, this is where I take accountability on this part right here. I shouldn't have said that. But we watching that.
And what did you say?
Martell is on there. I'm like, I said, see my boy Martell. You know, we spoke on social media and all that. Melanie, we spoke to each other on social media. All of us have, you know. So when I saw that with Martell, I was like, that's my boy right there, man. I see why he had to step out though. I see what happened. So
immature of a father, husband, and a damn man.
Obviously, once I said that was a trigger. Like I said, I apologize for that. I take accountability. I shouldn't have said that. But like I said, most men ain't going to say that. They just going to go out there and do that. I didn't want to cheat, so I just let her know what it was. All right, if you ain't going to do it, I'm going to go out there. So thinking that's going to be one of those things and say, oh, let me get my man son. Let me be a wife. Let me be a wife to my husband right now. He just asking for love and affection. Okay, boom. That's where the anger came in. Now, you a woman, so you know if this man said that to you, that's gonna get a rise out of you.
So honestly, I mean, I definitely am getting you, and I'm feeling you right here. Yeah, but I think that Nick and I joke a lot, and if he were to say that, I would passive
Tell him to go right on ahead.
aggressively joke back, like, you know, but it ain't gonna escalate because I know that Neek ain't cheating on me.
Well,
it's
a different situation because emotions are already high. So if we are mad, I think it'll be more.
Oh yeah! Oh my God, that'll be the most disrespectful thing ever.
It'll be a bigger argument. You know, just because our emotions is high.
So what happened? You said, I see why my boy Martell had to step back.
I see why my boy stepped out there, man. Like, if that's what she was doing, she wasn't getting him none. That's what happened. Like, what you expect? Like, so boom. My phone, both of my phones is on the bed. I'm in the bathroom, brushing my teeth this time. Like, I'm brushing my teeth. And I say this statement.
If he was handling business like he was supposed to, honey, she would have dropped them drawers. You know what I'm saying? She would have snuck them panties to the side. She would have lifted up them butt cheeks. She would have been all the way down to the floor. She would have been dropping it low, 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 low. You understand what I'm saying?
And I realized I don't hear nothing. I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like, she ain't saying nothing. So I looked over, you know, like just like a kid, when they quiet, they doing some shit. So she in there on my phone, going through my phone. I said, "Oh, get my phone." Nah, what you hiding? What you hiding? You talking about you going outside? You hiding something? So the message, it was one message in there. I go to this mall every week to get this shot. Ever since my stomach removal, I have to have these shots every week for these vitamins or whatever. So I was there, and there was a girl working in there, and she was like, "Hey, I want to do skits with you or whatever." So I said, "Hit me up on Instagram. We can do skits or whatever." She DM'd me. I never saw the DMs, right? I get so many DMs, I never seen it. So I'm on my way back into the mall on another day to get the shots again. She's coming out, and she says, "Hey, Latruth, I've been trying to reach out to you to do the skits." I said, "Okay, I'll check it, man, but I'm usually flooded." She was like, "Well, my name is Portia. Just put it in." So I put it in right.
I think Briana said it was precious. He just don't want to say precious.
There, I said, "Okay, cool." I see her page now, and I say, "I found you." She sees that message. "I found you." "Oh, so you going to the mall and meeting girls at the mall? That's why you at the mall?" You know I go to the mall to take these shots every week. Like, come on now. So she's angry about that. She responds back to the person as me and says, "Hey, I'm married. Don't reach out to me no more." So the girl say, "Didn't you just tell me to reach out to you to do the skits?" That at this time I got my phone back. So now I'm taking both of my phones because I already know where this is going. So I'm like, "Look, I'm going. I got to get up out of here." Her dad is in the basement. You don't hear anything, obviously. He's way down in the basement. So I got my phone. She was grabbing on me. She pulls me to the couch. I'm a lot smaller now, so she was able to pull me down on the couch. She's still reaching in all my pockets. She finally get one of my phones. I take this one back, put it back over here and hold it. She gets my other phone. Then I take that one back, and then that's when she kicked me in the face, busted my lip. I had a busted lip on that one. So
So when she kicked you in the face, was it like accidental?
She said it was accidental. I don't think it was an accident. How do you accidentally kick somebody in the face?
I thought she didn't kick into the bucket was over her head. You remember when they first came out and told the story? He said when he put the bucket or total, whatever you want to call it, over when he put the bucket over her, she was kicking then, right? But now all of a sudden she kicked him first. I don't know. We probably have to go back to that very first one where she was saying that he put the thing over her, and that's when she started kicking.
Well, you know,
she said y'all was wrestling. She said y'all was scuffling and tuffling and rumbling.
Exactly, but I thought he said he on tussle.
And that was her word, rumbling. She said y'all was rumbling.
I think she casting
That is what
spells.
she said.
I think she's casting spells on a lot of y'all out there. That's all I like to say. But anyway,
Was she a witch now?
The kid, yes.
Well, she didn't make it seem like it. She didn't make it seem like it was an accident.
Said it was accident.
She said she kicked you.
No, she was like, then my foot kind of like.
Then my foot kind of. Yeah, come on, how do you? But anyway,
it was like very much so under the radar when she was telling us.
I didn't think it was an accident.
Wait, she a witch now? She a witch now?
Let the man.
Hey, I'm basing that off what I'm seeing because it's like I get it. A lot of people don't like me right now. I troll. I do a lot of trolling, so people be having their whatever they got against me already with it. Just being a content creator. I don't take a lot of stuff serious because when I get on social media, it's for entertainment purposes only, and a lot of people want to see me act a certain way, especially when things like this is going on. See that. So it's entertainment for me when I'm on these apps. But anyway, so she did that. The kick happened. Boom. All right. I'm mad. I get up. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Like, kick me in my mouth and stuff. So she's still being aggressive. She said, I'm gonna go get this. I'm gonna go get my taser. I'm like, you gonna go get your taser?
So wait, she's gonna go just get her taser and you.
Now that's the first time I heard anything about a taser. Did y'all hear? Did y'all hear that Briana was gonna go get a taser? I've never heard this part before. She said she's gonna go get a taser. So where did the pepper spray come in at? Okay, let me just keep listening.
Are being calm.
Yes, I'm giving
like,
you
give me my phone. Oh, you kicked me. What are you doing?
But how
say the whole time he's being calm? Wait a minute, hold on. Did he just say the whole time he's being calm? What?
you be calm if you're mad, you're emotional, and all these different things? So you just kind of switched it off where you's like, this girl is crazy, and of
course I'm yelling like, yo, chill out, man. I'm trying to get out of here. I got 2 MacBooks as well. My MacBooks was in the closet at the time. So she went in there, she said she was gonna get the taser, right? And I said, listen, if you get a taser and try to tase me, that's gonna be bad. Because if you try to tase me, that taser gonna get on you. I'm not about to sit here and let you tase me.
Oh, so he was gonna be willing to tase her back, but I thought, he had enough self-control to walk away. He said, if you tase me, that taser gonna get on you. Okay.
She couldn't find a taser. So she came back out, went to the other side of the
You better be glad she couldn't find that taser, brother. You'd have been fried.
Nah, I'm glad she didn't get that. I'm glad she didn't get that taser because I wouldn't have wanted to see her to be fried with no taser.
See, y'all heard that? Latruth said if she would have tased him, he would have tased her ass back. Just like when she kicked him in the back, he kicked her in the back right back. But guess what, y'all? I don't put hands on no woman. I'm just not that type of guy. I ain't laying no hands on no woman. Not me. I just don't do that, huh? What he just say? If she would have tased him, he would have tased her back, baby.
If somebody trying to reach out with a taser, I'm trying to tase her back. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you, right?
He keeping it honest. He said if she would have tased him, he would have tased her ass back. That's why I believe everything that she said. He drug her. He did all that other shit. Okay. Yep, he did it. He did it. Yep, he sure did.
But she went and got the mace. When she grabbed the mace, I grabbed the pillow off the bed. I'm like, yo, what are you doing, man? Let me get my stuff and go. I just want to leave. So she started spraying the mace. I got the pillow right here.
So you are just trying to get out the situation, and she's spraying you with mace.
Oh man, the cops know all of this. That's what I'm saying. So when I got,
that's what you told the cops, Robert. Robert know he can lie, can't he?
I got the pillow up like this. The mace is coming. Some of it got onto the wall and all that. I'm coughing now. Like I just had surgery. I can still smell it. So it's coming and I'm coughing. You know what I'm saying? That's hurting my stomach, all of that.
He said it was hurting his stomach, but I thought he said early. He said the mace was hurting his stomach. Well, first of all, I thought he had no stomach at this point. But anyway, but he said that I thought he blocked it with the pillow, but now all of a sudden it's hurting his stomach. What?
But I take the pillow and hit the mace out of her hand. The mace falls on the floor. She runs back into the closet, grabs my MacBook. So I take my MacBook. Then she grabbed the other MacBook. So now I got my MacBook, my 2 phones over here. She grabs the other Mac. I said, give me my Mac. What are you doing? So she throws the Mac against the floor. Against the wall. Then she jumps down in the floor. Now there's an empty tote. We moving. It's an empty tote. All the clothes is out of it. It's empty.
She jumped down on the floor, or he knocked her ass on the floor, huh? You just jumped down on the floor like you doing the fucking some shit.
She's on the floor trying to kick me. I don't know if y'all remember, so I gotta show you. See this mark right?
Listen to this bullshit. This motherfucker stood up and said, I don't know if y'all remember. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all my scar so y'all can feel sorry for me right quick. I don't know if y'all remember. Y'all see this scar right quick?
April.
Yeah. That's the same scar that he showed them fake bots. Remember that he had that fake app and he showed them fake bots, the scar that he have on his stomach. Oh, okay. Same one.
My stomach got took out in April. So she's trying to kick.
I thought he just said the spray made his stomach hurt. Anyway, let's go.
That's why I picked up the tote. I take the tote, I put it over her like this right here. It's held over her like this. I'm like, calm down. She even said that in the live too. He said, calm down, calm down. I'm holding it on like this.
So he used the tote as a weapon, huh? He used the tote the tote was being used as a weapon, period. No matter how you slice it or dice it, he picked up a weapon. The tote was used as a weapon.
Move it. She's still mad as hell again. Come back up, start kicking again. I'm like, calm yourself down, man. What the hell is you doing? Stop, man. What are you doing? Calm down, calm down. I removed it this time. Then she ran, jumped on the bed, called 911.
So,
well, Briana said he was putting his pressure down on the tote, okay? So he's talking about some calm down, calm down. Latruth, no, he leaned on that damn tote with his 155 pounds, okay? He leaned on that damn tote and it bruised or cracked her finger or whatever the hell happened to her finger. He know it.
You didn't slam it on her 2 times.
No.
So how did her finger break? Do you feel like her finger wasn't broke?
Her finger was not broke. Y'all seen the video? She's on the phone. You see her pushing mute, but she's pushing.
But you know, adrenaline. You're not gonna feel the pain until
miss me, man. Come on, we men. Miss me, man. Come on.
This joker said, "Miss me, man. We men." He said, "We men." He did not want to take ownership of that damn finger. He never have either.
A woman is not going to have a broken finger and still be sitting there tapping mute to make sure the officer can't hear me in the background when I'm saying I'm not following her.
So I got a question.
Come on, man. Y'all doing too much.
No, we don't. Please, you know.
If she shows medical records that, because she went to the hospital and
she did, and it was medical records that she showed. I don't know why he laughing. Like, dude, the fuck you laughing for?
Said her finger was in fact. If she's medical records about that finger, is it still a lie?
Okay, let me ask you this. You give me a reason of how, if you watch the same video that I recorded and I was right there, this video that I have it still on my phone. This video is about 25 to 30 minutes long. The whole downstairs talking, arguing, me and her dad was talking shit to each other. This video was 30 minutes. You watch her down there on the phone. You watch her grab her dad with another hand, with another hand, and pull him over there with the hand. If your hand is broke, 30 minutes into a video.
Finger.
If your finger is broke, you're not still grabbing on stuff. This is a girl we're talking about. You're not still sitting here still grabbing on things, punching numbers on the phone, switching hands with the phone, Harlem shaking. You ain't doing all that with a broken finger, man. Stop.
And I remember that video that you took. You put it out there, and you were saying that in the video, like, you know, she said her hand was broke. I think you were playing the video and maybe on another phone, showing us everybody the video, saying like she's saying her hand was broke, but where's her broke hand in this video? So that part.
Where's the compassion though? Whether he broke it, whether it was broke during the incident, why isn't it just, you know what? I mean, through the tussle or whatever, your hand was bruised. I apologize. I take responsibility for that whole thing, right? I take responsibility to the whole thing because a man's words are powerful, right? He could have said something like, Briana, listen, let's talk about this. Like, for my husband to get my attention, he says, baby, let's talk. You know, because sometimes we could be going off on each other. And he said, hold on, let me bring it down. Because I'm losing control of the situation right now. We both losing control. Let me bring it down. And he brings it down. Like, why couldn't Robert just say, you know what? Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. You want to see my phone. What is it that you want to see my phone for? Let me open my phone so you can see whatever you need to see. Or, Briana, calm down. You're not going to see my phone. Like, his words could have meaned a lot. So that tells me that he was saying some other shit that was egging her on. That's the only thing I can think of.
The fight happened after you allegedly slammed these things on top of her.
Yeah, that's after when she got on the phone. That was after everything with me putting the tote over the top of them and all that. That was after that. It's no way.
So
the tote weighs less than a pound. The plastic tote weighs less than one.
It don't matter how much
put it on.
It don't matter how much the tote weigh. He put his force on it. His body strength was on the tote. Dude, what part of that he not understand? He had like he just put the tote on her, just put it over her head and walked away. He didn't do that.
Scale for myself to see. And we had this argument. I was like, look, this tote don't even weigh a pound. Why is you keep doing all this, making it seem like it broke your finger? A person putting a tote over you holding it like that is not going to break your finger. It's not
so how did she break her finger, Latruth? Tell us.
I was like, how do you explain it?
That's the question. She left that day, obviously, when the police came out. She left that day, her dad and them. So I can't answer that. I've seen the thin line between love and hate, though. I've seen that. So
it's a good movie.
I do know that you can hurt your finger. I do.
Do y'all hear this bull crap? He said he's seen thin line between love and hate. This Joker is a whole. There was no love from this man in that relationship. The fact that he would sit here and say, I seen a thin line between love and hate, insinuating that she left the house and smashed her own finger into the wall, like, is very, very nutty crazy to me. You know what I mean? No love whatsoever from this man. No love, no compassion, no sympathy, no empathy, nothing. Absolutely. He didn't give two fucks about Brianna Finger. None.
So you're saying that she possibly hurt herself and is telling us that you hurt her.
It's possible that she could have hurt herself, and it's also possible with the grabbing, because it wasn't.
I can't believe Brianna wanted to go back to him. Like, what the fuck was you thinking, girl? Oh Lord.
Broken finger. Let's be clear on that. Like it said something about a fracture or something like that.
Well, no, she said the hospital said it was a broken finger.
No, the paperwork says fracture.
It's the same thing, Latruth. The same thing.
Nothing said broken.
So you seen the paperwork?
Yeah, I'm saying it's something fractured.
So he's seen the paperwork, but guess what? All his supporters on the other, on his sides, Latruth supporters said, well, not all of them, but some of the bloggers said that the paperwork was fake. Remember, they said that Brianna made up the paperwork, but he just said he's seen the paperwork.
Not a broken finger. A broken finger, she would have been. It would have probably been in a cast or something, and you got to think 2 weeks later you don't see this cast thing anymore. That's not a broken finger.
She did say it was 2 weeks, and obviously we weren't there, so we're just trying to understand everything. I don't want you to feel like we're attacking you or anything. Obviously, this
is for the viewers.
We're asking questions. Everybody
we're asking all the questions.
He said this is for the viewers. He does everything for the viewers, honey. The viewers. He cares more about them than he does his own baby mama.
That came to us, and we're just trying to understand what happened that day.
So pause this real quick. There's not really much to talk about this, but she said the hospital said it was a broken finger. I mean, I think it goes down to the paperwork, timing, and because it's always going to be he say she say situation.
Exactly.
But how much time passed by? Because she's at the hospital at this time and it's 30 minutes before y'all's situation. I don't think that's enough time for her to hurt herself, effectively, or whatever the case is. But besides this, I did have a question. I remember she was talking about y'all having a lot of arguments about the social media stuff, but she also mentioned that you didn't want her to work in the healthcare stuff when she wanted to get a job and stuff like that. And a lot of arguments also stem from just y'all having disagreements about social her media. Wanting to go to actually work.
Right. Yeah.
Is this any of this true?
Okay. Being an alpha male, she quit her job working in healthcare. The job probably paid about.
He said being an alpha male, she quit her job. What?
I guess about $12 an hour or something like that. She moved with me. I make well over 6 figures,
I ain't even gonna say nothing about them 6 figures, honey. Look at them eyes when he said that.
I wanted to take care of my family. I wanted her to spend more time with her children. I didn't have a mother, so that was the first thing in my mind. It's like these kids get the opportunity to actually be around their mom and she can teach him certain things and all that, rather than getting a job that pays $10 to $12 an hour and then paying for daycare, which would have been her whole paycheck. Like, now you're just going to work to pay for daycare. How does that help us as a family, as a dynamic? So for me, I wanted to put her under my wing. I wanted to show her, to teach her the business. Like, I want you to make money. I want you to make real money. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I taught her the business. Everything you see her doing right now, I taught her these things.
But even if he said he was making well over 6 figures, he got his supporters thinking that he was making millions. Child. 6 figures is not $1 million, okay?
Put her in that position to be able to make a living without having to go and work for somebody else. So it was never no sense of no control or none of that. And no, these arguments was not about her wanting to work. Maybe 2 arguments was about her wanting to go to work. That was it. The rest of them were just about my social media, the insecurities that she had. That's what that was. Mm-hmm. Nobody calling my phone. No vagina pics sent to my phone. Nothing, no signs of cheating.
No DMs.
No, I mean, of course DMs, but the DMs was always
like inappropriate DMs.
No,
right? Because she was saying that.
Right. When
she was saying that. Okay.
Because I already know what you're getting, so I'll explain that when you hear it for you, because you're a female. I want to know if that would be a problem. All right, if he did exactly what I do, skits, rapping, and all of that, I love your music. His response is, "Thanks, sweetie." Is that cheating?
So I think the sweetie part is a little too far. Like, you ain't got to call her sweetie. I think that you could just be like, thanks.
It's not cheating. It's just, it is a little inappropriate.
My husband calling other women sweetie, honey.
So in Southern culture, that is like a Southern thing too. You know, that's how
I'm from the South. That's what I'm from the South.
Women talk like that.
I mean, I'm from the South. I'm from Louisiana. So
okay.
I wouldn't want my man calling another woman sweetie, but in the entertainment business, if he was in the entertainment business, I would not have tripped. You know, hey, thanks, sweetie. I would not have tripped.
And I'm from New Orleans, where baby is just a part of your name.
Yeah, no, that's different.
And people say red when they want to holla at you, but like. And they use lots of sweeties and babies and everything along with just a sentence. So it's
a little misleading.
But that's not, I guess I've never had to deal with that in my relationship. Yeah. So I wouldn't be able to answer this for you. How, like, there's another woman out there who knows that her husband's not cheating and he's just very friendly and says sweetie. And that's, you know, and it might not be an issue in their marriage. But for me personally, I would not like that. Like,
it's close to the line.
It's close. Like, but that's just for us though, because that's not our dynamic over here. Like, he can respond to her. I don't check his phone. I'm not in his DMs. I don't give a fuck. I got his password. And I am 1,000% sure I've never had any issues. Okay. So I'm not going to start now on trying to find an issue. And I don't think I have any issues. And we good. You know what I mean? So like, for me, he's already not calling women sweetie.
That sweetie got you talking.
He already ain't calling people sweetie. So
yeah, I would say queen.
Yeah, he says queen. He says queen. He'll be like, "Thank you, queen." Yeah, that's not an issue for me. That's not an issue for me.
She don't too much like queen either, but like this is the thing too.
I'm the queen.
I'm giving y'all some shit, but listen. Even on that incident right there, as small as I thought it was, I still catered to her emotions on her, and I said, you know what, I'll never do it again. And I'm the type of person I explain. I say, like, at that time, I probably was 30, like 37. I'm 40 now, so I'm 41 now. So this is my thing. At a certain age, a young lady, thank you. I mean, I love your music so much. I see it as she's damn near like a kid to me. So when I say thank you, sweetie, that's nothing flirty to me because I'm older and like I said, I'm from the South. So, but we had a particular incident where we was out eating at Golden Corral, and the waitress was being extra to her, sweetie, and stuff like that. And I remember her saying that that woman called you sweetie one more time, it's gonna be something. So I'm just like, look, you know what?
Damn.
He takes stuff literally. Goodness.
Stop calling me sweetie, please.
She just keep filling your drink up. I'm like, look, man, we can just go ahead and get up out of here, man. Because I'm pretty sure she's gonna call me sweetie again. That ain't that's just wrong.
Sometimes women just do that to boost y'all little bitty heads.
Right.
She already probably
Was you sitting there with your shirt open like that at the restaurant?
Nah.
He said he had the button up jacket
Okay.
with the coat
He got
jacket.
his shirt out. Okay.
He an artist. Yeah. You got my wife.
It's
got
okay.
it.
You
Bye.
single. So
Get the book too, y'all.
Oh my God.
Yeah, how the concept be great. I saw
in
that.
bed. Whoa now.
The
Truth's pleasure room.
Oh God.
Whoa now.
He said it's an Amazon bestseller.
Oh
How
wait,
to be
speaking of Amazon
consistently
bestseller, it's so crazy that you said that because my company just hit me up saying that Nubians come in all shades.
Number one new release
on Amazon right now.
I know he feeling away because he like, damn, I ain't never heard of no number one mention in my house.
All right, we got books in the house. Rob, put your book up real quick. We got Latruth. He's an author. He got his own book out on Amazon. Y'all go get that. Tell us how you feel. And then we got Wifey, Nubians come. I don't know if we can see that.
Nubians come in all
shades. Number one new release. And I think you had a number one. You had a bestseller on your joint too, right? I think
this book, the first week, it was number one, and then Briana went out and threw some shade on me, man, and lied.
Oh, what happened?
Wait a minute now. You know he gonna blame her for everything, but so his book was number one, y'all. Briana, his book was number one. I did not know it was number one, but of course he gonna blame Briana for whatever, right?
She said you wasn't pleasing nobody. She said you wasn't pleasing nobody in the pleasure room.
Right whenever this book released and it was selling out.
When did that book come out?
Oh man, I would have to go look at the date, man. I can't remember the date right now.
She said you wasn't doing nothing in the pleasure room.
She said I had a hyena and a shrimp.
Oh.
You mean a Vienna?
Yes.
Hold on, because I seen recently.
And she said,
the way the man laughed at him is just too funny to me. The man was like, he pictured it in his head like, well, do you? My God.
She said that she never had an orgasm with me.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
But she said that while y'all was together?
She said this recently after all of this drama.
Recently, right. Yeah, no, I did see that somewhere about her saying that.
That's OD.
Big man.
So wait, I have a question.
Big man. I ain't said nothing.
You big mad or she big mad?
She was big mad. That's why she did that.
Okay, I got a question. I'm gonna have to ask him, babe. I mean, do you have a shrimp?
I would not have asked that in front of my man. She said, well, do you have? Oh my God. I know Jay would have been like, what? Why are you asking, does he have a shrimp? I believe she asked him that. Well, do you have? Oh my God. Did she really say that, y'all? I think she did. Hold on. She said, well, do you have a shrimp? Hold on. Let me go back.
Pull it out.
Let me ask you. Let me.
I gotta go back to it because she said, well, do you have a...
what were you gonna say?
But she said that while y'all was together?
She said this recently after all of this drama.
Recently, right. Yeah, no, I did see that somewhere about her saying that.
That's OD.
Big man.
So wait, I have a question.
Big man. I ain't said nothing.
You big mad or she big mad?
She was big mad. That's why she did that.
Okay, I got a question. I'm gonna have to ask him, babe. I mean, do you have a shrimp? Because I know. Well, no, I know men that admit that they have a shrimp.
God. I've never heard a man saying they had a shrimp. What man has ever said that?
I do remember a few people.
Yes.
But
I'm not going to bring them up right now because I'm not going to re-embarrass them.
It's a little inappropriate.
No, I want to know. Do you?
If I ask a woman if that's...
He wasn't going to whip that little bitty thing out. Robert, I don't know who you think you fooling. Like, how were you going to whip that thing out? Like, come on. Robert, let me just hush, child. Let me hush. Oh, God. Let me just hush. Inappropriate.
If I ask you a woman, if
she said, don't play with me, Lord Jesus.
She has a big boo, or it's if
you ask a woman,
well, no, I just wanted to know if he had a shrimp. That's what she said.
She said,
but I wasn't trying to ask you to pull it out.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you.
That's a clip, though, for sure. That's a clip. We're gonna use that for a clip.
I don't need the whole room to get dark, so I'm gonna keep it where it's at.
What? Okay, Lord, Father God, what?
But anyway,
please, this whole shit gonna shut down.
I did a video.
He said this whole video was shut down. He said this whole video was shut down.
I did a video in my jogging pants maybe a week ago, and they said cucumbers in my pants. So the shrimp allegation. I mean, that's what they.
Wait a minute, he said he did a video. What? Hold on, 123. Hold on, let me go back. What?
I know men that admit that they have a shrimp.
Why does it go back?
I've never heard a man saying they had a shrimp. What man has ever said that?
I do remember a few people. But
I'm not going to bring them up right now because I'm not going to re-embarrass them.
Is a little inappropriate.
No, I want to know. Do you?
If I ask a woman if that's...
No.
Come on, brother. If I ask a woman if your woman has a big boo, or it's... Yeah, it's.
If you ask a woman,
well, no, I just wanted to know if he had a shrimp. That's what she said.
She said,
but I wasn't trying to ask you to pull it out.
He was.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you.
That's a clip, though, for sure. That's a clip. We're gonna use that for a clip.
I don't need the whole room to get dark, so I'm gonna keep it where it's at. You did. But anyway,
please, this whole shit gonna shut down.
I did a video in my jogging pants maybe a week ago, and they said I had 2 cucumbers in my pants. So the shrimp allegation. I mean, that's what they said, But obviously it wasn't 2 cucumbers.
There's people out there putting cucumbers in their pants, though, in real life. I'm just, you didn't see the skits where they got the cucumber and the girl can't stop looking down. Okay, let's change the subject, though. We'll get a little uncomfortable.
You don't want to talk about penises.
We gotta ask what the hell happened. Babysit.
He said there are people out there putting cucumbers in their pants. I know Robert had to fill away. I know he had to fill away because he is definitely stuffing his pants with something. Oh my God. This is too funny to me. All right, hold on, y'all. A little bit more, and then we're going to pick it back up either tomorrow or Monday. Lord Jesus, this is too funny.
Situation.
Please, your side of the story. I'm
usually right with my hunches, okay? And
I had a beef with you on that.
But the way I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm like, just get out of control. Hold on. 2 things. You in the business of entertainment, there is a lot of clout chasing going on when it comes to getting views. So you are in the business of clout chasing. All artists are. Everybody's in some way, shape, or form. But I usually have a hunch about certain things. And the way it just didn't make sense. Who had the most ulterior motive for the situation to happen? And for me, I thought you did.
He did.
And you are a very vocal person. You weren't that vocal in the situation, which I remember because I only saw her explaining it.
And that's how you should have knew. Right there. That's how you should have knew right there.
No, Robert, you know you did that shit.
Something ain't right about that. That's how you should have knew.
No. That tells me the opposite. That tells me the opposite. Your plan is orchestrated.
No, I would have been extra vocal in that situation. Somebody sliding into my wife's DM, being disrespectful. I would have been extra.
That was Robert's fake page. He set that whole shit up because he wanted clout. He wanted to go viral.
I'm not no chump. Ain't no chump in my blood at all. I'm on all the
So why didn't you do that then?
Because when they exposed that it was fake, that the DM was fake, I stand by morals. Me and him both from North Carolina. So I'm not gonna jump on it. I'm not doing nothing like that. Like I had reached out to him to do a feature. All of that part is true. We spoke about the feature and all that, him and his team and all of that. So once this
what happened to the feature?
I don't know, his people didn't really get back with the price.
And he got mad about that, and that's why he did what he did.
Or whatever. So I was still just waiting on that. So once the DM was sent to my wife or whatever, she showed it to me. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, damn, that shit do look real. And it seemed like something that a man would do, knowing that a woman is married. He didn't slide into her DMs personally from the screenshot I seen. He slid into a woman's DM and said, hey, Mac this bitch for me. I know how North Carolina is. That's how he said it. Mac this little bitch for me. That was the words that he said in the you know what I'm saying? So she slid into Briana's DMs, and when Briana showed it to me, I said, just put my number in there. You feel me? Just put my number in there. So if he calls.
And then he called that number?
No, never called. So once she spoke, she was cool with his baby mama or whatever. And mama, she said that he wouldn't do that. So obviously when it's brought to me, and I'm like, man, what nigga gonna say that he did that to his baby mama? He's not gonna say that. He's not gonna confess to that. So she just kept saying, I'm gonna post it. I said, listen, I don't know if that's what you want to do, because I'm gonna be honest with you. It ain't gonna be the type of response that you're gonna want to have. Like,
I do not believe that whatsoever. I believe Robert is the one that told her to post that shit. Knowing the Robert that I know, he the one told her to post that shit. He did that shit.
There's been several dudes in your DMs. You ain't never posted them. So she was just like, well, I find that disrespectful. Y'all both from North Carolina. I feel disrespected by that. Y'all talked about doing a feature.
So wait, she's telling you that she wants.
Yes.
Okay.
She said she has a real issue.
So her story is that you felt disrespected by it. Y'all were supposed to do music
verbatim.
together.
You told her to.
Because why would he do a whole diss track? He a liar. That joker he's lying. I believe that he is the one that wanted Briana to post that shit. It was Robert the one to be all rich, famous, and with all the clout and viral and all that shit, not Briana.
Do that shit.
And then you're saying that she felt disrespected by it, and she was like, y'all was supposed to do a song together.
See, I gotta know. I
actually warned her, like, for her brand and everything. I said, this will not be a good look. People gonna probably see it.
No, she said that y'all called. Okay. She said they called a manager, and the manager told them it's not a good look for the brand, and he told her to do it anyway. And she listened to her husband.
They're gonna see it as you clout chasing. That's what they're gonna see. That's what they said once it hit the internet.
That's what the manager told you too, and you did it anyway, Robert.
That she was clout chasing.
Listen.
And he let her take all that embarrassment and stuff. He let her go through all that bullshit.
I gotta note that a lot of people are warning us that y'all both, y'all stories are literally black and white.
Yeah, somebody's lying. Somebody's lying. Either you're lying or Briana's lying. And
but it's so
Briana sat here and cried with us. She sat here and cried. So it's hard for me to see.
That ain't what she cried about.
That she would be lying.
To him, that ain't what she cried about. Like, he know every damn thing, don't it? Damn.
I'm saying she cried about the baby. This is funny. We was laughing. We was cracking up. I
what
said
did she cry about? What did she cry about?
Wait, I ain't finished about the baby real quick though. I got a couple of the baby questions before we get off this subject. One, why did you do the diss record on the baby? What made you take it that far?
I thought it was real. We both artists.
Right. So if you're saying that she put it out and you're like, no, it's going to be a bad look, and no, I don't think you should do it, but then you turn around and do a diss record, that don't make sense.
I did the diss record before I found out it was Photoshop shit. Because happened after, right? I did the diss record before I found out that the shit was not real. So
even in you telling her that it's going to not be a good look for her, but then she was like, no, I'm going to post it anyway.
Right. It's not going to be a good look for her. It's not going to be a good look for her. But if, in fact, he really did those things, then he's going to get these bars. Like, I'm not going to jail behind that shit. But he's a rapper like I'm a rapper. So if he disrespected me in that magnitude, then I'm going to do it on the wax, just like every other rapper in history has ever did things like that. But we had a conversation. She spoke about the conversation that we had. So I did the diss record after me and this man spoke on the phone. Like, we speaking on the phone. And I'm like, bro, he opened up with saying I was insecure. I said, insecure, nigga, you slid in her DMs. The fuck you mean I'm insecure? So that's what the argument with the pull up. I'm going to pull up. He's talking about him.
Pull up, and nobody pulls out.
This is before you realized that it was Photoshop?
Yes, this is before. I still thought everything was real. We had a heated conversation, me and the baby on the phone cussing each other out. I went to the studio right after that.
Right. You was like, I'm going to get this off my chest.
Yeah. Bars. That's what I do. I'm an MC.
You said it was one of your best songs ever.
I mean,
Briana said that was one of his best songs ever. He never released it.
I'm more of a battle rapper. Like I got bars for real. So yeah, I can see how she would think that. And I'm passionate. So what I was talking about in the song was everything dealing with the whole sliding into my wife's DMs and shit like that. Because we from North Carolina, we got a code. That's one thing we don't do. We do not holler.
You see how he taking the baby's word? The baby said that we from North Carolina, there's a code. We don't do that. And now he's mirroring what the baby said.
At people's wives. We don't do that. You know, we was raised.
Yeah, I mean, anybody better not be doing that.
But some people do it. But just where we from, that's how we raised. Like, we know you get... My pops, that's one of the first things he told me when I was a youngin'. Because I was moving like that at 17, 18. I was out here talking to 30-year-old women. And some of them was married. And my dad was like, look, bro, you can get killed fucking with somebody's wife. You know what I'm saying? And once he gave me that advice, I never did it again. So that's just something.
That's the best advice anybody ever gave you?
That's some of the best advice for sure. So it's like when the baby spoke about it on his story, this was after I had did my diss and all of that. He said the same thing. Where I'm from, we know we do not talk to nobody's wife.
That's where you got it from, Robert. That's exactly what the baby said. He said, I'm from North Carolina. I don't do that. That ain't me. I wouldn't do nothing like that. And that's where you got it from.
At all. We would never do that. We was raised better than that. When I saw
you raised yourself, Robert. How you know? Ain't nobody told you that.
My diss record, I said, I ain't putting that out. Like I said, I stand on morals. I ain't no fake dude. So just to hear that, it was like, I done spent money on this, mixing and mastering and all of that. But I'm like, nah, I ain't putting it out.
Bree said that she was just trying to protect the family by not putting it out. You was scared.
Bree said what?
She said that you was trying to protect the family. That's why you ain't put it out.
Well, that kind of like you said, she said I was scared. So that kind of sounds like an instigating move from a female. That's usually what they do. They instigate a situation like that. I stand on morals. That's why I didn't do it.
I believe that Robert did, and if he didn't do it, then he needs to go take a polygraph test. I believe he did that shit. He set Briana up for the fall. He's a weakling.
Has nothing to do with
I don't think she said. I don't think
she didn't say scared.
I
said that, but she did
just
say
saying you were trying to protect the family. But I think from hearing you talk, your brand, which makes sense obviously because you came up. I mean, you most people would probably think you wouldn't make it. You know what I mean? Because coming from a small town,
they said I wouldn't make it.
Going through the things that you went through, but you made it out. So I can understand why your brand and your career is so important to you because it's like your outlet. And even receiving love, people show you a lot of love. That's why
that he didn't get when he was a kid, and that's why he is so in love with the internet because he didn't get it as a kid. He feels like Briana didn't give it to him enough. So he's seeking it from people that believe all his bullshit.
Have a lot of followers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But that also could be an important motive to why you would do whatever it takes to protect your brand.
Absolutely.
And the career that you've built. You know what I mean? Because the stories are
really just protect my brand, but just protect what's real and what's true. Just be truthful.
Definitely.
None of that with me.
We didn't caught you in so many lies, Robert. You don't know how to spell truthful. You spell truthful. Spell truthful.
Because if I make a mistake, I stand on it 100 grand. Like,
use a
if
lie.
I did any of the things that I was accused of, I would say I did it. What is it? It's light.
So are you perfect in this situation? Are you perfect?
I can't say that I'm perfect because I spoiled Briana. Like I spoiled her. So
he spoiled her, but yet she taught him how to love. How he spoiled her when he didn't even know how to love? He still don't know how to love, but he's spoiling people. How you spoil somebody and you ain't know how to love, huh?
If I go against the...
He said he didn't know what love was until he got into a relationship with Brie and he saw how she was loving on her kids, huh? He never felt love like this before. He's never felt love like this before. Yeah, cause he never, okay.
Grain of spoiling someone, I know that those type of attitudes are gonna come out. That's just like I said, just like children. If you don't, the moment you say like no, you're not getting that, you're gonna see that acting out. When I said no, give me my phone, you can't go through my phone. That's why that happened, how it happened. I understand that. I take accountability to that. I spoiled them.
Did you ever lose your temper ever in y'all's relationship?
Yes, I've yelled a couple of times. But far as physical,
but did it ever get physical?
No, I'm not a physical guy at all.
And you never cheated?
Not with a woman, no. Not with a woman, I'm not gonna be physical.
Liar, so, pants on fire.
She kicks me in those incidents. That's why I said when it's my truth, this is what she's telling. She's kicking me or something like that, and I grab her leg, like chill out. She'll translate that to dragging. No one drags you. Kids beating on the door when they hear an argument. Of course, I got the door closed. The door is always locked and closed. I mean, half the time we might be... They're not going to have easy access to come into a room where two adults are arguing. My thing is, let's keep it in here. The kids don't need to be hearing this anyway. But she's the type that, and she'll tell you this.
He said in another video that the kids ain't never heard them argue. Y'all remember that? He said the kids ain't never heard us argue, never.
She don't want to talk out problems and issues. She wants to just run from them and not talk at all. So that's what that be. You want to call the kids in here when we're arguing. She'll actually call their names. Josh, Isaiah. No one's doing anything to you. We're sitting here having a conversation. How is this conversation that I'm having with you causing you to do all of this? So that's what that is. So even when
I do not believe that a woman would call her kids at the time of a damn argument. That joke is yelling at the top of his voice and probably scaring the dog shit out of her. You know what I mean? It ain't no way that Briana is calling her kids if he talking to her as like a damn adult. Ain't no way. No way.
When she brought the kids on the camera, you notice who's bringing the kids on the camera. It's not me. I would never bring a kid into this type of situation. I'm not gonna put them on camera and say, "Hey, did your mama do this?" No, man, it's not even supposed to be there. That's where this really got messy at, with dragging other people into these conversations. Again, she brought this stuff to social media, not me.
So we talked about the kids, bringing up the kids. So, and you have rebut everything that is extreme that she has said. Mm-hmm. What happened between your daughter and what she have explained? You know, because
there was a situation, I think, when your daughter talked back, and Briana says that you got physical with your daughter, and I think your daughter even put a video out saying that it was physical, and you may have actually dragged her as well. So, like, there would be a similarity there if that was true. You know, what do you have to say about that?
I mean, you got to think, when in these situations, when you hear different people telling the same exact stories, you're going to say the same thing. I honestly think she was manipulated into saying anything about dragging or any of that stuff. I really believe that. because I know what happened in that room. You know what I'm saying? Me and
What
her
happened?
know what happened. She got a whooping.
Tell us.
She got a whooping just like any other kid gets whooping. That's all it was. It wasn't no hand, no physical content. The way I was raised, we get whoopings with a belt, honestly. You know, I got switches, drop cords, all type of stuff. But
ain't nobody asked you what happened to you. We said she asked what happened to Jasharia. He trying to make it about him and when he was a kid. We know his parents abused him or his grandparents. We talking about Jasharia right now.
I don't believe in all of that extra stuff, but a whooping with a belt. I had a belt on just like I have a belt on right now. But I'll tell you how that even got started out. Like, she came home, and I've told this story on my platform, so to the people who follow me that saw it. So I want to tell this. This is going to be the last time I tell this story.
I'm sorry, I'm texting my babysitter, but I'm listening.
It's all good. But this will be the last time I tell this story. I know it's a different platform. More people are going to hear it, so they'll finally get to hear it from me. This particular situation, she came home from school, and she had a friend at the school that's the same age as her. The mother was out of town. It was a 20-year-old that was going to be driving them to the mall. So she says, hey, my friend wants to go to the mall. Her 20-year-old sister is going to take us there. I said, nah, sex trafficking is major in Georgia. You know, like I said, we come from a small town. That's where she used to be at with her mom. So I was explaining that to her. I said, sex trafficking is major here. I'm not going to let you go to the mall with them. I don't know her. The mom is not there. I don't know the girl, the 20-year-old. She's still a kid to me. 20-year-old is still a kid. You're not about to jump in a car with them and go to the mall. So, you can't do that. She was 14 at the time.
So 20-year-old is still a kid, but he said she was grown at 14. Remember, she grown. She raised herself. But 20-year-olds is still a kid. But he ain't paying child support for that 16-year-old because he said she grown. But I digress because he the one that said 20 years old is still a kid. Anyway.
So she shouts at me like, you just don't fucking trust me. I said, what you say to me? You just don't fucking trust me. And then she ran in the room. So I go in the room behind her. I say, hey, listen to this. First of all, don't disrespect me like that. But you want to go to the mall? I'll actually take you to the mall. I'll let you go in the food court, eat with your friend. I'll sit away from y'all, give y'all some privacy, let y'all sit there and eat. Then we can go shopping after that. Take you and get you something or whatever. She shouts out again. You just don't fucking trust me. She's on the phone with her mom. Her mom said, what's going on? I said, she wants to go to the mall, and I'm saying no. She said, yeah, I don't think you should be going to the mall neither. She's on my side at that moment. And then I said one thing that triggered my baby mama. I said, now, I don't know what you allowed her to do there. That's not going to happen. So now the mom is on the phone cussing.
Yeah, we don't like that. We don't like that.
Y'all don't like that.
Oh, I don't like that shit.
what the F you mean? Da, 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 da. She's cussing me now. And then now my daughter's hearing this. Take me home. Da, da, da. I said, no, I'm not taking you home. I'm not about to drive you 4 hours home because you want to go to a mall and you're mad because it's discipline here. So her mom is still on the phone cussing. Now my daughter's cussing me even more. You just don't fucking trust me. You're not my fucking.
I don't know if I believe that she was cussing him like that, but I mean, I'm not going to put nothing on it because who knows, right? But it just sounds kind of weird from the Jasharia that we've seen, but I digress.
Dad, take the belt off, give her a whooping. Briana comes back in the room a little bit later on. We over there calm because I went in the room. I'm damn near in tears. I've never even gave my daughter a whooping. So I've never even seen this disrespect come. She's never cussed me. She's never raised her voice at me. None of that. So now we in the room. Me and Briana talking about it. She goes in there and talks.
I bet you his supporters say it's Brianna's fault that she even cussed him because they probably say Briana taught her the word. Briana taught her the word, so that's why she was cussing. I guarantee you they didn't say it. It's Brianna's fault that she even cussed him.
To her. I come in there. We have a good old conversation. We sit there for about 2 hours talking. You know, she's apologizing for what she said. We just getting to know, trying to get to know more. Like, you can come to me about anything that's going on. Because she never really comes to me about things. She go to her mom or she'll go to Briana. Because when girls start liking boys, that's the one thing I've been teaching her since she was a baby all the way up. No boys, focus on your education. Been teaching her how to sing since she was a kid. Building a platform as well. Like I made her own page so she can make money off that whenever she is of age and know what she's doing on it and all of that. So I've been investing time into giving her a platform to where she's good. She got something that she can make money from. showing her the ropes, all of that. And then she has to listen to her mother in her ear and Briana telling her things like, oh, he only posted you on social media for views, and they misconstruing these things with my daughter. Like,
well, it's true though. I mean, let's be honest. You don't talk to her, but you still post her for money. He posted that girl on his GoFundMe, and he don't even talk to her. He don't even help her financially, but post her on his GoFundMe. Yeah, I would say that, Latruth. Really?
All these videos I've made with her whole life before social media ever paid a penny. You know what I'm saying? And her page now does not make any money even now. It's not even monetized now. But
her page don't make no money, and he tried to get it taken down. Make it make sense. He literally tried to get that girl to lose her own page that she built.
For them to fill her head with things like that and steal those memories, those moments from her and say, he only sings with you in these videos. He only does these things with you for clout or to get views. So they stripped.
See, he think a 15-year-old is dumb. A 15-year-old ain't dumb. They see what daddy does and what mommy does. They see it with their own eyes. You know, you can't listen, a narcissist cannot pull the wool over a child's eyes after so long. You understand what I'm saying? He may have been able to do it, and he can do it to Amora now because she's young. But even after Amora get a certain age, he's not going to be able to do it no more, you know? He's just not, you know?
Everything, like I said, from a baby all the way up. I've been taking pictures with my children, with my daughter, all of that. So, and then they want to go back into, he said he never wanted to have kids. These recordings that was played.
He didn't say he never wanted to have kids. He said, I don't want to be a fucking daddy. I don't even want to be a fucking daddy. This is after 2 kids is already breathing, baby.
I did say that, you know, and my daughters are aware of that. I said that from day one. I never planned to have children. But once my children get here, I'm a real man. I do what I'm supposed to.
No, he didn't say I never plan to have kids. He said, I don't even want to be a effing daddy. He said, I don't even want to be a effing daddy. They already here, dude.
To do. And I never planned none of my kids. And the kids that I did have came from them stop taking birth control and not telling me that they stopped taking birth control. Asking me, do I want to have kids? And I'm saying, no, I don't want to have kids. So even when she got on here and told that, well, I stopped taking birth. Yeah, you did. But you didn't tell me. You didn't tell me you stopped. So, you know, obviously if you tell me you stopped, I know how to protect myself in that. So it is what it is. I'm going to take care of my responsibility, and I've always been that way. But I got a vasectomy after that because nobody else will ever be able to do that to me again. But I'm going to always take care of my responsibility.
Damn, brother got a vasectomy.
Yeah.
Yo, got a frog in your throat? Getting you choked up over here?
No, I mean, look, I'm glad.
But God, okay, I ain't trying to be funny, y'all, but like, when you get married, right, especially if you young, you want to have a family, right? You want to have kids with your spouse. Like, yeah, you know, when you already have kids and you kind of older, yeah, y'all kind of go into the relationship understanding that I already got kids, you already got kids, we ain't gonna have kids. But, you know, you met a girl that's 22 years old. Yes, she already had 3 kids, but like, why wouldn't you want a family with your wife? You understand what I'm saying? Like, for him to even say, I don't want to have kids, like, what's the motive of even marry a younger woman, right? Like, that doesn't even make sense to me. Like, God said, be fruitful and multiply, baby. You hear me, baby? Be fruitful and multiply, baby.
Like, we got you here. Your side of the truth. We do have a guest that we want to bring on.
Okay, now that's where we're gonna stop. We will listen to the other part that we already start listening to either tomorrow or Monday. Now, I normally take Sundays off, but if I do come on, it will probably have to be just 1 hour. But I'll let you guys know, because I do supposed to have a friend come over today. Well, she came over today and she's supposed to come back over tomorrow, her and her husband. So anyway, this is it. This is what we're doing today, honey. We're not about to get into, we already did 3 hours. And, oh, Lord, we did 3 hours and 43 minutes. So I'll go through and edit the video out of the first part because we jumped the gun or whatever. So I'll edit that out and start with the second part. Anywho, let me give shout outs, big shout outs. I did get coffees today. Let me tell you who I got coffees from. I got 3 coffees from Lavette. And listen, Cheryl said I didn't shout her out last night. So if I didn't, I'm going to do it now, even though I know I did. But I'm going to give you another shout out, Cheryl. Thank you very much for 3 coffees. I appreciate you. Thank you, Lavette, for 3 coffees. I appreciate you. And Black Swan, baby, thank you so very much for the coffee 2 days in a row. I appreciate you. And Yasmin, I woke up this morning with 2 coffees from Yasmin. Thank you so very much, Yasmin. Let me give a big, huge shout out to those that sent me super chats, and let me read them for you right quick, okay? We got Candy Girl. This comment for Ruby Dixon, since she got a problem with the more exposing this narc. Super chat party, super chat party. Hey, she said, thanks for the support, Ruby. So there must have been somebody named Ruby in the chat acting a fool, okay? So Candy just laid them straight. Thank you, boo. Appreciate you. Talanda, Binky, Bink, Bink. Thank you so very much for the super sticker. Appreciate you, girl. Carmel Cutie, she said, keep exposing the truth or more. Love you. Love you back, girl. Love you back. Melinda, Ruby Dixon, you don't have to be here listening if it's irritating your demons. Oh, Lord. Okay, Ruby must have really been acting up in the comments. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you, Black Swan, for the super sticker and for the coffee. Appreciate you, love. We got Valerie. Valerie said, keep exposing these narcs on behalf of Ruby Dixon. Woo! Well, damn, Ruby, we need you to come back tomorrow, girl, acting a fool in my chat, honey. Thank you, Valerie. Appreciate you, love. Rita Moore, thank you. She said, thanks some more. This is my first time seeing this. Woo! This man is something else. Shaking my head. Ain't he though, Rita? Ain't he though? Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Cheryl, for the super sticker, love. Appreciate you. Thank you, Tawana, for the super sticker. Appreciate you. Miss Too Much for You. 10-month membership. She said, Robert is jealous that Bree has surpassed him. Exactly. That's it in a nutshell. That is it in a nutshell, Miss Too Much. Okay? That's it in a nutshell. Thank you for the super sticker, love. I appreciate you. And LaTanya Green says, when adrenaline is rushing through your body, you don't feel anything. He didn't have any respect, love, or compassion for his wife, and that showed. Absolutely the truth. That showed. Thank you, LaTanya. Abundance. This interview was posted by Charmaine on June the 16th, 2023. Well, I see January 17th, 2023. So they must have did it in January and posted it in June. But it was done in January, though, the original video. Let me show you right quick. It says January 2023. Is this one it? Let me see. This one right here says posted. Oh, well, y'all don't see it. Well, I see it on my end. If you look at the original one, it says January the 17th, 2023. But thank you, Abundance. Appreciate that. And Eva, or Eve, I always call you Eva. Eva Papalula. I think that's how you say it. Papalua. Anyway, thank you, sweetheart. Love you. She's I love you more. You have made my day. Two cucumbers, though. Listen, thank you so much. Dang, I can't even talk. Thank you so very much. Yes, that joker said they accused me of sticking 2 cucumbers in my pants. Well, yeah, you said you did. He admitted to stuffing his pants, and he said the reason why he stuffed his pants is why. He said to get people talking about him. He said it out his own mouth. The reason why he stuffed his pants is to get people to talk about him. He was like, y'all shared it, didn't you? Y'all talked about me, didn't you? Y'all shared it, right? Y'all commented, right? See, I knew how to get comments. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. But we was trying to tell his supporters that he stuffed his pants. And what were they saying to us? No, he didn't. He packing down there, girl. He got it going on. He didn't stuff his pants. Okay, yeah, okay. Whatever. She said it's called Popula. Thank you so much, Popula. I got your name all wrong, girl. Woo! Thank y'all so very much. We are going to cover the other half. So listen, let me just break down the takeaway from this video before we get off right quick. The takeaway is Robert once again showed his lack of empathy and compassion for his wife. Now, we didn't see Briana's first half. The next time we show it, I'll show her first half, and then we'll get into where she joined the chat, okay? Because we did it backwards. We saw Robert's, and now we're going to see Briana's, right? But it definitely showed his lack of compassion yet again, and his basically lack of love. And we even heard out of his own mouth that he didn't even know how to love coming up. The first sign of love, right, in a relationship was with Briana. He said he saw how she was loving on her kids, right? So what I don't understand is, how is it that she could be so loving toward her children and stuff like that, and now that they're no longer together, she's the worst person in the world? That's the part I don't understand. How is it now she's the worst person in the world per his supporters and per him? She's the worst person in the world, right? But yet she was so loving and showed so much love when they first got together or while they were married. He envied that relationship she had with her children, and he wanted that for himself. I do believe that he wanted her to be his mama, or not even be his mama. I shouldn't say that, but show him the love that he didn't get from his mama. That's what he wanted from Briana. So I don't know. Hopefully Season can give that to him. You know what I mean? Because maybe he needs an older woman to show him that love that he still longs for, But anyway, we're going to close it down here, and we're going to come back. If not tomorrow, which I may not come back tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then Monday. If I come back tomorrow, then I'm going to try to, break this video down quickly. Definitely not no 3 hours, since I got to spend time with the family. Anyway, y'all, for those that miss videos from me, please go and watch other videos, not just my lives, you guys. Y'all have to actually watch the videos as well, okay? Watch the videos as well. She said, what happened to Cora's story? Nothing happened to Cora's story, baby. I'm still covering Cora. We just waiting for them to go to court. As long as Justin ain't said nothing, I can't really beat a dead horse. But if Justin come out and say something out of his mouth, I'm all over him, okay? But there's a lot of videos that I broke down on Cora. You can go back and watch those. I do have another video that I need to break down on Cora, but I'll do that next week. Somebody sent it to me in my inbox. My email. They was like, hey, Amora, can you break this video down? So if you guys want me to break different videos down, definitely send them my way. And this young lady sent me a video in my she sent me a video in my email to break down, and I will be breaking that one down one day next week. So anyway, love y'all so very much. Talk to y'all later, and have a wonderful night, okay? Go make some babies, y'all. Go practice anyway. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye.